Hello, everyone. Hi, everybody. Hey, that works again. I was a little worried. There was like an issue where it wasn't, but we good. How's it going? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Also, YouTube seems to be back. YouTube was having some weird issues. Like, oh god, no, not again. No internet issues. I just need to turn it off and turn it on. We good. How's it going, everybody? Let me say hello to all the nice peoples. How you doing, Matthew? Supremely nice. How you doing, Dark Muffin? How you doing, Zetai? And how you doing, anyone who might be chilling and whatnot? No, don't like, I mean, it's always the kind of tricky thing about like that's why I always like, I'm weirdly against the Amazon like Twitch stream streak thing, because I'm like, no, I don't want anyone to feel bad they have to like miss a stream for like, you know, reasons. Not a crazy big deal. How are you nerds doing though? How you nerds doing? I don't know if it's super easy to tell. I feel like the quality's gotten a little bit better, which is good. So yeah, get that streak in, hell yeah. Also, let me zoom in a little bit because I'm gonna be working on rats, and they don't need to be particularly big. You can kind of see it when I cover it with my hand. I might need to work on that. So I was like, in the new place, the lighting is too dark, so it made everything look harsh. So I got a big fuck ass LED light to the side. How you doing, Lana? How you doing? Yeah, it do be rat time. Rat time do be real. I'm starting with bases. Cause I gotta, cause they just take a while to dry. There was a new, I totally forgot that Amazon Prime Day is a thing, so I ordered these before that, so I didn't get any discount. Oh, I hate Prime Day. It's fine as a service, but I just always miss it, so I always get a little salty. I'm like, oh no, I could have did this totally differently. But yeah, I got two of them because they came in a 2-pack. I got one to the right, which I'm noticing just like, you know, little coverage is just gonna be a little weird. I got another one which I have not set up. So I'm hoping that's gonna add a little bit of extra jazz, a little bit of extra like, because like I've had tweaks with my settings in for a bit, and like it's kind of weird because there is like I will often like watch videos for entertainment, but sometimes I will watch like YouTube videos from what's it called? Videos like for like to study what they're doing. Just be like, oh, let me check out what their setup is like. And a lot of times I'm just like, oh, everybody on mind you, streaming camera quality and like YouTuber camera quality is very different because like they're used for different things and whatnot. But I do just go like, oh Jesus fuck, okay, I gotta get better at that. Just fix it. Yeah, that's the tricky thing with like my like I don't think I want to get to the point where like where I assume my Centauri Carbon is lost. I'm kind of just at the point that if I get another FDM printer, I'm just getting a fucking I'm saving, I'm getting like a Pruska. I keep getting all these other side little adventure ones, but apparently everybody who ever gets a Pruska are like, no, these are great. They're like $600, but they'll print forever. And I'm like, okay. It's prime. Yeah, some people do, but like, you know, some people are, they got not a lot going on, to be fair. Got some of these side rocks, which I gotta get gray as well. I don't know. Mind you, like it's for me the thing is like I can recognize that like this is gonna sound weird. It's like Black Friday and Cyber Mondays, they're you know, they're dumb fake holidays, but there's like a consistency and like a sort of pattern to them, and they're like they've been accepted against all of our collective wills. Against all of our collective wills, all those holidays, like quote unquote holidays, like stay around. So you get used to them. I will never get used to that. I'll never get used to that. But yeah, that's the problem with I hate 3D printers that are FDMs because they work until they don't. Which is why I like resin. I wish printing terrain in resin was more feasible. You can. It's ungodly expensive, and you need to get one of the big ones if you want to get like significant chunks. It's expensive and it's heavy, but like, man, I don't have to deal with the fucking printer anymore. That sounds nice. That sounds nice. Let me know what the flash forge is. I'm curious. Oh yeah, everyone make sure to clean your brushes. Exactly. Going like, I went on a brush cleaning adventure recently, and that felt great. I'm gonna keep doing that shit. But yeah, oh shit, I don't think I've actually showed off the models today. So, here, these are the 2 Plague Monks. I've been actually using like official Plague Monks in my warband. Also, these guys got a little bit of gunk on them. And like those have been fine. They are indeed Plague Monks. But like one of my guys now has enmity that they hate a specific warband in our campaign, and the other one has like an extra weapon skill. Oh, also one of them does have an extra attack too. It's like one has more attack and is angry, and one has better weapon skill and is no weapon skill, whatever. Anyway, they need to look different now. So we got these two chuckle fucks. They got all their signature tumors, which I've grafted into them. And then these are my plague acolytes. These are not using rescale minis, so they look probably a little dumber and cartoonier than these boys, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with a little bit of goof, a little bit of whimsy in there. They are my horrible shitters that do nothing. They're okay, they're not too bad, but like Skaven's purposely has bad heroes in there because like they get so the way they balance it out is that your heroes generate money, right? Heroes generate money. This is like too light. I think I'll save off light on that. Yeah, I'll get dark. Oh yeah, Signature Tubers would be a bitchin' band name. Also, how you doing, Steve? How you doing? Yeah, there we go. Okay, if you got your stuff primed, hell yeah. Hell yeah. You're doing stuff. You're making it real. It feels good just to spend a day priming like 3 things, like a bunch of things. I use 3 as an example of a bunch. Yeah, everybody's fucking melting and dying, and I'm weirdly doing all right because the area I'm living has been hit with like a lot of thunderstorm warnings. I don't think that's going to be a detriment to today's stream at all. Like, I think most of those have kind of cooled off. How you doing, Ars? How you doing? But it does mean it's been a very balmy, like 70-some degrees where I'm at, which is very unusual. Very, very unusual for this time of weather. Yeah, exactly. How you doing, Derp? Yeah, we got that rain cooling period, which is nice. Don't know how long it's gonna last though. Which parts of the lad are tumors and which part of the lad are cloaks? Too many degrees, really? I like 70. Mind you, like I'm very like it's cold-blooded, I guess, when you want things to be warmer. That's what I got going on. Somebody gets like slightly sharper brush than that. How you doing, Charlie? How you doing? Yeah, same. The all the thunderstorms recently in the last 2 days have actually like chilled where I'm at quite a bit. So I'm not fucking exploding like everyone else. So that's good for now. How you doing, Manita? How you doing? It's gonna get hotter. I live in an area that regularly hits triple digits, like pretty regularly. So I'm bracing for the inevitable impact there. Cool. I don't know what my thresholds would be like. I haven't like sat down, but like, yeah, like once you get to like high 70s, that's where it does become hot. I will agree on that. Though I'm somebody who generally keeps my place at like 76 at all times. Yeah, I think my ideal weather is like I like jacket weather. I like when it's just chilly enough you wear a jacket, but once you wear that jacket, you're fine. So it's like early fall. Like I'm talking about maybe like early October. Like September, early October, where like the leaves have fallen, and like you got your jacket on, and it's not too bad. It's like that's what I like. That's the good shit. I'm identifying his shirt. I guess it's basically like all shirt except for the back. I mean, I do. I wear jackets like probably longer than I should. What the fuck? Sometimes pro acroplates get really weird behaving, and I don't know why, but I can make it work. I can make it. There we go. But yeah, no, I'm also pale as shit too, so it'd be like that. Tank top weather. Oh yeah, I used to wear a lot of tank tops. Not so much anymore. But that used to be kind of like my. I got really comfortable with tank tops during COVID time too, because I was just like, fuck it. No, like. There's a certain degree of like I'm don't really give a huge shit about my appearance, but like so and when COVID hits, you could just go like tank tops and sweatpants, just totally not give a fuck. There was something kind of fun about that. Okay, so yeah, I definitely need to wick off the extra. I mean, what if I instead of using water to like accelerate this, I got a little bit of flow improver. Yeah. It still drives me nuts that I feel bad that I had like COVID was kind of made for me personally as like a national disaster kind of deal. I was kind of perfectly positioned for that. Also, thank you for the sub. Thank you. Oh shit, 50. You get a lot like Really, a lot of you nerds have stuck around for a really long time, and that's really, really nice. Do appreciate it. Hell yeah. Soon, soon, soon your patronage will be rewarded. I'm going to just say it like that and just like have no context whatsoever. It really was Introvert's Paradise, yeah. Yeah, that's the thing too. It's like I keep wanting to give like I got a lot of UK friends, so it's like it's fun to fuck on them because of the weather, but like man, lately I can't even give them a shit. I'm like, I'm sorry, you do live in an oven now. You do live in a genuine oven, and I cannot really say anything mean. Yeah, to be fair, whenever they're like, oh, if you stay inside, you're like a hero. I don't think that was ever true for me. I don't think I was like, that doesn't feel right. I'm not gonna take any credit for that whatsoever. But it was good. I'm stuck with you nerds. Oh shit. No, and well, it's okay. Once I play a real terrible movie for movie night, we've had too many good movie nights for too long. I need to reflip the dynamic so you understand it. You're stuck in here with me, motherfuckers. The problem is when I sprue the fuck out of this guy, it does kind of like change the shit. You forgot about yesterday. Oh, you missed. Vampire Hunter D is ludicrous amounts of Kino. Oh my god, that was so good. It was so like the first one was like pretty solid, but the second one was like mwah. That's kind of like there's like a lot of like classic. I know it's from the 2000s, so it's like no, that's not true. It just I was like, oh, it's not that old. It's from 2000, so it's not like super classic anime. You know, me saying that, realizing that makes it 10 years old, but 20 years old. I mean, how you doing, Moss? How you doing? How you doing? Oh yeah, no, I don't know. Like sometimes I'm like when we watch something too bad or too good, I do feel the inherent urge to like, I should probably spin this around the other direction just as like for like a little bit of variety's sake. But that's also a little bit predictable, to be fair. How's the jaming going? I'm working on my many and sundry rats. I have so many. Unfortunately, after these guys, the rats are gonna be gone for a bit. Also, how you doing, Forever Paranoid? How you doing? How you doing? I do need to watch that actually, because you know why? Fuck, actually, let me save that. Just the fact that it's based off of a every now and then a TRPG will get a movie, and it's pretty bad, like almost uniformly. Almost uniformly, it's like pretty goddamn awful. But I can't help but watch and root for them. Like I want them to succeed because like here's the thing. It's like in the same way that like, you know, the lottery is just kind of a thing and you'll never win and it's really just exchanged. Like every now and then it might just like suck the money out of someone for hope. But there's always that little bit of like, but what if someday I win the lottery and then my dreams are real? It's like, yeah, I don't know. I'd like to think that if I ever got like a really big popular TRPG made, that like there's a chance of me getting my own shitty movie. I think that would be lovely, you know? I think that'd be nice. Except it's a bad movie. Oh, so you're not talking about betting money. You're talking about betting the good karma of America and football. You should do that just to see what happens if something really terrible happens, and then just like America fucking beefs it in the World Cup, and then everyone's just like, you bet it on what? You bet the karma on what? Yeah, one never really knows too. Good karma in America, I know, right? But like, I'm also like keeping a little thing of like mixing fluid off to the side. That's a Halbernot movie. I think it'd be fun. You know, I've watched enough shitty fantasy movies that I feel like I could like. I'm torn because a lot of the movies I like to watch are objectively bad. So I wouldn't want to mimic that badness because it would be inauthentic. It wouldn't be real. But by the same token, I think I also do think making just like a bunch of dudes in the woods movie. It's like in order for it to be real, I need to try my best. I need to try my fucking hardest. And I guess technically, if the money is poor enough, that really will do a lot of heavy lifting, you know. The good things in Burgerland fans, exactly. I still also really like when people like come in from other countries and they're like, "Oh shit, America! Wow, you guys got so much fucking cereal." It does seem like a lot of people get fixated on the cereal aisle, which is funny because like, I just don't eat cereal fucking at all. I like me a good Frosted Mini Wheats because I'm old, but like, yeah, just cereal does not do much for me. There we go. Yeah, that delicious cardboard and sugar. I mean, to be fair, even growing up, listen, Lucky Charms was like the most bland oat paste you've ever had with just like spikes of sugar to make you feel something. I'll let you dry a little bit. These guys are gonna need a couple of coats. Their various bullshits. These guys got a couple little bumps in some spots, but I feel like lately my that's just actually, oh yeah, I forgot. Can't do that. There's paint on the end of this tip. That's for marking reasons. Mix and 4. Hell yeah, let's go. There's a larger weight. Oh yeah, is that like is that the one that's like just like in the single just like brick, right? Yeah. Also, that's fair. I've seen people that I have like I see people give a shit about. I guess it's because we're hosting, but like I know people that don't give a shit about. I also wonder legitimately how much gambling has made a lot of Americans care about soccer. Like, not that there aren't legitimate soccer heads here, but I do wonder how much it's like, oh no, this is like a big thing I gotta pay attention to now. Yeah, I guess that could be an ADH thing. So fair. Oh yeah, thank you. So for my Plague Acolytes, I did the idea of replacing both of their heads directly with tumors. This is the one that has gotten the skill that lets him scale walls without needing to make initiative checks. In Mordheim, if you want to do basically anything that's not punch a dude, you have to roll under your initiative score. And a lot of dudes will have like on a D6, and a lot of dudes will have like a base initiative of 3. Poor Croxagors though. Croxagors and like actually basically most lizardmen, their downside is that they're like pretty fast and they're pretty strong, but they have really slow initiative. So in theory, if you can get in there and like gank them first, but they're, you know, they're also really tough and they have a lot of like cool movement tech. They're pretty solid. I saw a match with them against like another guy. They were scary shit. How you doing, Ugly Dogs? Too? How you doing? Welcome. Look at my commute. Oh god, yeah. I guess I didn't even think about that. Fuck up your commute. Hopefully it's not too bad though. Hopefully it's not too bad. Seal fan. Oh yeah. Everyone. I mean, you know, do what you got to do to not die at the end of the day. So if you gotta relocate some furniture at any cost, do what you gotta do. Yeah, I like my Mordheim dudes a lot. It's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. I do have like a cool like cool as in like cool color tones Mordheim warband I want to work on. How you doing, 14? How you doing? Welcome. I'm gonna make a video on this because I want to show off like building the rest of them, but I can't give you guys like a little model preview. So like I found these old guys from my Leviathan box and I put them. I think I showed them actually already, but yeah, these guys. This will be used for a Mordheim thing. I'm pretty excited. They're so good. The sculpts of the Wiggly is so good, and that's used on a fucking token. Wild bullshit. Hey, and also if anyone wants to see my other bullshit, speaking about my wild bullshit, you should go to my Instagram, which I've not uploaded. I've been in a very weird, I wouldn't say it's a funk, but I've been bouncing back and forth between a lot of projects lately. So I don't got a lot, like, it's been a while since I've gotten like a ton of finished models to show. Like not crazy amount, but there's some weeks where I will knock out like maybe like 3 in a month, and then others they'll just be like, oh, you know, there's just nothing done yet. All base art belong to us, exactly. God, it's every now and then I like how that is like grown. It's like it's kind of like a secondary life of a meme, where it's like, you know, that was like a thing that we would have a mighty guffaw at back in the day, but now it is like the poster child for like, oh man, do you remember like 2000s memes? Wow. Isn't that old? Which is just, isn't that crazy? ain't that some shit? No, Vampire Hunter D is, I need to study that movie for ideas. I have not printed it yet. Which I did show during the movie that there's a guy named Mr. Jar who I've printed some things before. Not very briefly talked to him. Just been like oh, I printed your thing. And they're like, oh, cool job. Isn't that safe? Oh no, I restarted my computer, so I think it, oh, I must have directly copy pasted. Anyway, the armored truck from, Vampire Hunter D exists. He made an STL version of that, so I'm like, ooh. That would be fun for, like, basically like Trench Crusade terrain, where I just plop that shit on the table. Just be like, yeah, it's here now. The purple's really thin. So, yeah, Me Gusta. The thing is, like, the Me Gusta stuff is kind of weird for me because, like, where I was at online, that was already, like, very, like, tired and, like, easy to make fun of. Yeah, there's a couple of years ago, like speaking about that, Nitrous, where it's like, how you doing, Chieftain? How you doing? We're like, we were talking to like someone like, you know, who was like in their early 20s. It's just like, yeah, I don't know what the Matrix is. I'm like, I don't blame them at this point. Like, there's no real reason, and like, even like the cultural legacy of the Matrix is kind of old. But I'm just like, fuck. Oh, that hurt. That do be hurting. This guy's got significantly less cloth. It's a lot easier. Yippee. I find like it's good, like the for some reason the Pro Acro Purple flows kind of weird, so I'm trying to find like a good ratio for that. Patcher. Yep, there we go. You know, ages ago I did a albino black sheep just like play on my Flash greatest hits. I wonder if that's would be fun to revisit one of these days, just for shits and giggles. I have like several. Once again, I really like these like flexible Thursday streams. I got a couple ideas in the oven. Psychic damage, yippee! Let's go. Apparently there's a video game. Yeah, so I saw that there was a Vampire Hunter D video game for the PlayStation, and even back then people were like, it's kind of ugly looking and it plays like shit, and we want to like this game because we like Vampire Hunter D, which is very ominous. But I'm not gonna lie, that makes me want to play it, but lets me want to play it for like a stream and not like, oh, it's time for the Vampire Hunter D series, you know? Let's see. Like hunt the heroes like total. Yeah, some scenarios you just never end up reaching for some reason. I don't just the whimsy of luck I get. Black sheep horror movies about mutant sheeps. I mean, sure. I'm talking about like the Flash website though, to be fair. I did that, but that was like, we didn't even do fucking, like, it took me a while to end up on Newgrounds. Oh, he's got like a, hold on. I apparently missed shaving the fuck out of his taint. So let me get up in that gooch. Like, scratch off some of those nubbins. There we go. That should be good. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, sure, I could play for like a Halloween-y thing. I never end up really... Actually, did I do... When the fuck did I do the Silent Hill games last year? I don't remember. I don't remember when I played those. As far as I can tell, there's only one game. To be fair, though, like... Vampire Hunter D is one of those franchises where it's like, oh, everybody wants to make like manga adaptations, or like there was actually like a lot of American interest in Vampire Hunter D. There were several projects that were like fronted. I even think Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust said it was recorded first in English, which is just kind of weird. I don't know exactly how the veracity on that, but still kind of cool. And I got like really thin. What the fuck? Why is it so shiny? I just need another coat. I'll get a little bit on there and then hit up the other. Really needs it. It's around July. Okay, so it's more like a year ago, but not quite Halloween-y. Gotcha. But yeah. So it's like there was like two separate things where it's like, oh, they were doing a big Vampire Hunter D Kickstarter thing, or like a revival thing, and then there was like, oh no, the author got like terribly ill. Never quite at like death. It was never been like one of those, and then the author died. It's more like, oh yeah, no, they got like turbo sick. They got one of those like mysterious like Victorian era blood diseases where it's like, what do you got? I got the bad blood. I got the wasting. You're like, is that like a specific? No, I got ill. I have to go to the countryside because I need that cool mountain air for my humors. Like, that's apparently the kind of illnesses that everybody who tries to make Vampire Hunter D a big... Yeah, exactly. Like, all these people keep catching VTuber diseases when they try to make adaptations of Vampire Hunter D, apparently. Yeah, it's just all... It's all lead poisoning, or, like... Now I'm just realizing that, like... I remember the old-timey hysteria machines, and then lead poisoning. God, I wonder how many people were fucking, like internally poisoned by those. That must have been real fucking buck wild. Yeah, oh god. Imagine cursing a well-to-do person with VTuber diseases. Tragic. All their bread starts to mold. They if they step outside, they get immediately dizzy and fall down and explode, you know? Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I mean, like, just like, you know, paleness is a lot of times not particularly great. I like me a pale person, but like, a lot of times, like for so long, it was like, oh god, you creature, you never go outside. What the fuck is wrong with you? So like that kind of just ended up in all the spooky literature. Yeah, arsenic. Yeah, fucking all the arsenic and all the cocaine and whatnot. Hell, I made out. Let's go. Like, God, I don't think I've actually had a like SpaghettiOs or like a Chef Boyardee in a while, a crazy while, which I'm okay with that. But I can't. Yeah, so it's shocked me. I vaguely recall that +2 that somebody would like in the one of the interviews is like, oh yeah, I think Steve might mention this, that like somebody said that was like, oh yeah, we try to put a lot of things in here that we thought Americans would like, and they're absolutely goddamn right. They're really fucking right. This fucking rat's got his abs out. Look at him. Look at you, you skank. This slutty rat. I gotta get up in that gooch now. Yeah, not the werewolf kind. Just like it's like oh, I'm gonna turn into a werewolf. Nah, you're mostly just gonna be sad and your bones are gonna hurt. I actually don't know the symptoms of lupus, to be fair. I never watched House MD. It was the only medical procedural I ended up watching growing up was Scrubs, and I don't think that's. I'm sure somebody like learned shit from that show. I didn't. I did not. I retained nothing from there. Legs, that's fine. That's all I know. I know it's never lupus. You know, there's like a, like I know it's really good, but like there's like a never ending expansive, just like torrent of like very high quality prestige TV shows that people are like, oh yeah, this is like the greatest thing of all time. You should watch it. You should watch this thing. I whip my backpack. You're just doing fucking. It's Christ. It took me like 1 millisecond too late to realize you're doing it Skaven style. I'm like, fuck. You're like, you're like a. Oh, okay, so he does got the goods out, but like under the flap is where the rope is stored. So that was my confusion there. That was my confusion there. Oh, okay. So it's okay. So, I mean, that explains the joke then, I guess, where it's like someone's like, oh yeah, I got lupus. It's like, no, there's like 8 million other things it could be before you got to lupus. Okay, that tracks. Let's get another coat on there and then start doing some rat colors. I don't know how many of these I'm gonna get done today. I need to get them done. Like I've been doing pretty good about like munching through like Mordheim warband bullshit. But on the same token, it'd be cool. It'd be cool just to be like, oh okay, I'm done with my actual warband that I'm playing. Now I can just kind of paint all these other warbands at my whimsy, which would be neat. In this song for me. Oh, I mean, fuck! I did not think it. I did not think to continue. That was my bad. I was lost in the painting sauce. It do be like that sometimes. I would continue, but the musical moment is lost, like tears in the rain. Oh, I guess I can also start doing the lumps too. Actually, getting the lumps early might be better than even getting the skin, because I can kind of base things around that. See, there we go. It's only take a second. I'm big thirsty. But yeah, no, Vampire Hunter D was fun, and like, it's like that's one of those series that like I watch it and it's like makes me feel more creative. It's like, fuck, I should do more. Like I'm like riding that high with it. Oh, this guy's also still got the little blue tack little bits on there. Sleep. I wonder legitimately, like we joke about the Vtuber wasting disease. I wonder if there is like straight up just like a Vtuber that has lupus and just has no idea. Like somebody who's just like, oh, I'm just a Vtuber fail girl. Oh, I only have 1 Starbucks a day and I'm sick. And then you just find out that it's like, oh no, the reason you were sick is because you had lupus. It's like, Jesus fuck. How would you know? I mean, like once you guys said the diagnosis is bad to begin with. It's a werewolf model. I feel like there's less werewolves than I would expect, but VTubing audiences have become so scattered that like I don't know, because like at least when I got into the hobby, The really early thing was like, oh yeah, sea tubers. So it's like, you know, various sharks and underwater critters. That was sort of that. True. I mean, but I think Iron Mouse, like, we know what she's got. I mean, this would need to be like a surprise to someone, I guess. She might like, yeah, she's got like an immunodeficiency thing. I do know. Yeah, that do be her thing. Yeah, I don't think I've really. I'm actually struggling. Do I know a werewolf VTuber? It's possible I might have seen one before. And I don't think like fucking like Mio Hololive is. Oh shit, you're right, Buff Pup. Okay, never mind. Okay, that is the ticket then. That's the ticket. I did not think about Buff Pup. All right, there we go. Case closed. Also, this guy's using an arm from one of the Nurgle infected dudes, so I'm actually just gonna paint his whole arm tumor colored because I think that'd be fun. Blood plasma weirdness. That's one of those things you definitely don't want to have that. Also, it's all good. 14. Take it easy, yo. I don't know. I know Buff Pup has like multiple forms, but I don't think it's like a cycle of the moon thing. I think it's just, you know, just fucking around, which I you know, that's fun. That's fun too. Sometimes it's hard to do gimmicks like that though, because it's like, what if on the full moon you're just not McFeeling it, or what if you have to be out of town for 3 full moons in a row, and then people are like, where's the full moon? Where's the full moon? I missed it. Yeah, I've definitely seen like, I've seen like Orange Woman. I've seen like slightly more buff Orange Woman. I've seen like this is my persona, do not steal levels. There's probably like an honest to God actual dog somewhere in there. It's like Vampire the Masquerade werewolves, where there's just like a sliding scale between wolf and person, and you can just kind of go around there. Just gotta go up in there. Like, I got the moon sickness. Once again, that just sounds like VTuber disease. Like, it would be a fun way to describe being a werewolf, but also, once again, if you told me at Grimmy's, like, I'm sorry everyone, I got moon disease, I'd be like, oh damn. I hope the hospital trip will not be too expensive. There's a cartoon dog. Hey, let's go. I'd actually say probably, I will say though, I think I've seen more like, this is a full-time dog person VTuber, like straight up like has like a snout. There's I think there's a dude in like a newer, either like a new small corpo or like one of those corpos that got like a new gen recently. I saw you doing coffee and I'll be like, how you doing? How you doing? I am painting rat tumors. Where it's like he just straight up has like the snout. To be fair, I think people are into that now. I know there was that one not Genshin motherfucker, ZZZ motherfucker that was just like a dog man. No. This is I know I do know who Bapomut is vaguely. Not the one I'm thinking of. I wish I could think of their name. Like I said, it's like a new small corp guy. Has them all for each of those forms. Maybe. Yeah, I think it's Xiao. I think it's a dude named Xiao. You're a furry. Well, you're slacking off then. If as a furry you can identify. Please, let me confirm. I'm just giving you shit. There's like a million VTubers. I could not expect anyone to know everything. Let me see. Let me see if I can look that up. Once I get this particular. Also, hey, Cersei, how you doing? I'm painting rat tumors as I do. On Lyacon. We were kind of past the point, honestly, where like I don't see very many gimmick VTubers as much. Oh, okay, that's the Genshin ZZZ dude people want to fuck. Let me see. Yeah. Name every furry that's not Jackie Chan. Go. VTuber. Yeah. Okay. It is Xiao An. It's this VTuber. It's this one. Actually, I can get a better picture of this. This picture sucks. Not that anything is like it's just model art, but it's cropped weird, so like you don't get the. They don't have. It's not like a pit. Oh, okay, this works. This is a. There we go. Yeah, I know nothing about this guy whatsoever. How you doing, Gideon? How you doing? I just seen the design. Jackie Chan. Oh, you fucked up. This one. There we go. Yeah. Are they part of the VTuber corpo thing? Maybe. Once again, I know many things. By many things, I mean very little. When it comes to, oh, it's like a with the Isagenia. I have not heard of this. Okay, I thought this is a. It's supposed to be like a really new small corp then. Okay. Oh god, they got one of those web pages that takes a million years to load. Oh, cool! They're doing mixed gender gens. That's neat. You don't get to see that very often. Hell yeah. Go. It's spelled. I'm gonna just link the. I'm just gonna type out the name because I could not even begin. Hold on. It is Isagenia. Isagenia? Oh, yeah, I have to imagine a lot of furry stuff is 18 up, to be fair. Not all of it. In my experience, a lot. Isagenia. That is certainly a name, but hey, there we go. I wish them the best of luck. Yeah, I can get the full cast. They got like a pretty good mix of like fuck, why is this picture so small? Fuck off. They got like a pretty good mix of body types too, which is fun. There we go. Isagenia. That might also be true too. That might be true. Yeah. I don't know, like I said, I don't like what did I delete? Deleted something. Hopefully it wasn't anything important. Am I still on here? Yes, I am. Yeah, there we go. That's our full gen. Got like little chipmunk critter and crystal lady. Is that guy a horse? Is that a horse dude? Maybe like a Doberman though. Hey, how you doing, Kami? How you doing? I'm looking at this corpo that I've not really heard much about, but talk about dog VTubers, I guess. There was a journey. There's a journey. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, a lot of like Arknights yeah, there's like a newish Arknight thing, I guess, at this point. Oh god, yeah, there's the fucking like MiHoYo made like this like weird AI assistant thing. I don't fucking know why. I don't fucking know. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah, because yeah, Ren rebranded recently-ish. I do remember that. I do remember seeing that. Like you're getting surrounded by one recently. Yeah, we're talking about, like, when we get surrounded by one. But yeah. We're just like the shell, the big dog. I'm gonna say lad. If I'm wrong on that, someone correct me, but I think so. Has access to the color blue. Yeah, I think like star thing generally. Uma Dutsume. Let me check. Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's pretty common. Everybody knows that like everybody in the fucking like IT field is a furry to some degree. A lot of them are. Shit, I need it to. What color was this? Oh, okay, that's fair. There's just a lot of like a whole pack of wolves then. Well, the thing is, like, I have to imagine, because like there are some people that just use art as a vessel to jerk it, and those are the people that went over to AI because they don't give a shit. The ones that care about the craft will probably, or should be very anti-AI, but like I have to imagine that like the great tech beasts shit out like 1 million sparkles per second because you gotta if somebody just doesn't give a shit, they're like, I have access to infinite, very specific but low quality porn, so be it. Once again, like the Wonder Bread guy fell to AI, the Spirit Science guy fell to AI. I guess the Spirit Science guy wasn't really jerking it, but it'd be like that. Yeah, I kind of like the 1.012 for Ren, but like it sounded like I did watch like they did like an explanation video, and it's like about like the law of that design. That's something that can be tricky too, where it's like a design can be good, but if there's like weird memories and like kind of like not garbage, but like bad associations to it, it'll always just kind of feel weird in your eyes. So I could see going for a clean slate, but like, because like I've had like I've known some people that were like had like a very like straight up like a gigantic rebrand. And a lot of times you'd be like, why did they do that? And sometimes it is just legitimately, oh, the artist who did this no longer is reachable, so I can't really do this anymore. And if I can't really do that anymore, like, I'm not really locked into this look. Buff up. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so yeah, you're definitely locked in there. What the joy? There's a lot of people who just like, once again, they just don't give a shit. They'll take the like most lowest quality airbrush looking AI stuff and be like, this is perfect in every way. I'm like, I don't. Okay, bud. Okay. I have not though. I have not. The phrase content. I'm sorry, but the phrase content creation outfit is very funny to me. Nothing like wrong morally speaking. I just find it funny, just like the phrasing on that. There are too. There are people who went and saw that fucking Grogu movie like several times and loved it. So, you know, the world is filled with all kinds of people out there. And some of them don't give a shit. I mean, yeah, because like it's tricky because like I know some people that do like full rebrands and some people like basically kind of branch out and become their own multi-layered OC clusterfuck. Which is also not bad, but can also still be confusing to people. It's tricky. There's just like a lot of factors that go into a lot of things, so. Yeah. Yeah, if you use content create like technically, like I could argue that these are my content creation brushes. I mean, like I said, you're not wrong, Coffee. I'm just you have to admit it's a very objectively funny sentence. It's an objectively funny sentence. There we go. Yeah, no, it's like fucking mega giga hot everywhere. Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't think I would never refer to myself as like content creator, but it is fun just to kind of use as like a joke every now and then. Oh yeah, I gotta say you had like a million fucking different forms, Kami. Holy shit. It's been a while, so there's probably at least 3 more if I had to guess. Listen, one that is actually a train. I could see maybe like a Helldivers Kami, maybe what would be like a probably one for every Chaos God, and then also Malal, just because fuck it, why not? How you doing, Mantis? How you doing? Orc Kami. The fact that you said yet means that could be on the table, so I'm not that far off. I'm not that far off. I'm both. I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't know. Like, Helldivers is one of those games that like I wish I was more excited for. I wish I was more excited for. I wish I like live service games sometimes. I see it because like I see a lot of people that are big into like Warhammer stuff play a lot of those like I wish I could get excited for like Darktide. Everybody's like, fuck yeah, they're doing Skitarii, and I just feel nothing. I feel nothing. There we go. But I'm glad people are happy with it. It's not like I'm like bitter or angry. I'm just like, man, I'm just not really built for those. So yeah. Whatever's Darktide is extremely not interesting to me. Yeah, like I played it a couple times with people and like I didn't hate it, but it's something for me. It's like I treat Darktide in the same way as like Mahjong. Oh no, you gotta be fucking ecstatic then. For me, it's like I don't think I would ever sit down and be like, oh boy, it's time to play Mahjong. Waha! Like, that's not fucking happening. That's not happening to me personally. But if somebody's like, how? Would you play Mahjong with me and some other people? I'd be like, yeah, I'd be okay with that. I'm just saying that like it's a game I need to be invited to like a fucking vampire because I will not do it on my own. I guess you consider Darktide. I consider a live service game where it's like there's no end game. You can't finish it. There's just like a trickle of updates and events and stuff like that, and usually there'll be like a kind of maybe a slight like pay for cosmetics thing to it. Something like that. Malort. I like Malort just fine, but that wouldn't be enough to get me to play Mahjong on the regs. Like a lot of my peers got the Mahjong brainworms where they talk in Mahjong, and I can't even do that. Which probably is just because I just don't play enough Mahjong to fully get the vernacular. But yeah, I don't know. I would consider Darktide to be live service. Oh shit, this guy's got it. You know, actually, I'll have this arm be infected and the other arm not. That'll be like a fun variety bit. Oh yeah, I mean, Mahjong Soul does do a lot of the like nice. He has a broken finger. Actually, I don't think I've ever noticed that. That's fun though. Maybe I'll make this guy the one that has the what's it called? One of my dudes has the animosity towards pit fighters, so maybe that'll be it. They broke his pinky and he's really upset about it. They fucking drippy too. Maybe I just need to shake the fuck out of these. I guess I did not give any of these pro acro paints like a good shake today. Maybe that's what's going on. Good shaker. Yeah, that's probably. I wonder how many weebs picked that up during like early pandemic. I picked up painting and VTubing and whatnot, so I did not. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, like Helldivers. Yeah, that's kind of going on forever. What's it called? Whereas yeah, it's just like, you know. And like I think Helldivers is slightly different because I mean I think you want to play enough to activate your. A lot of times there's like battle pass stuff too, which is what gets me. Where it's like, oh, you gotta play a bunch to get the stuff, or it's gone forever. And like once a game does that to me, I'm fucking outie. I can't do that. I can't do that shit. Yeah, that indie game, the Warhammer. That one, yeah, that one. The one that's got oh god, what's it called? So okay, so I'm continuing to read. I'm at the 3rd Ravenor book, and there's a part that is like every now and then, and there's like this is written many years ago, and like I know Abnett is like a pretty varied author. It's just that, like I don't think he's like a very. I think this predates a lot of internet stuff, but like okay, how you doing, nobody? How you doing? You might get a kick out of this. So. Maybe not use, like, I don't know. It's the situation's really weird. How you doing? How you doing, Craig? How you doing? So in Ravenor, a lot of like Ravenor. This last book has been really weird about like because like Ravenor is a dude who was burned horrifically badly, so he basically like floats around in a Professor X hover chair doing psychic bullshit. And this Ravenor Rogue has a lot of stuff where he's just like, these two are having sex. Oh how I long the ability to have sex, but I cannot, for my flesh is maimed. And there's like at one point where it's like but the weird thing, he's like we're talking about one of his compatriots and whatever, and he specifically talks about, he's like I do not wish to feel jealousy of the relationship. I do not consider myself a cuckold in this scenario. I'm like, God, he's the fucking eternal cuck chair. The fucking eternal cuck chair. Yeah, no, it's weird. I was just like, I will say so far out of the 3, Ravenor Rogue has had the weakest start. Cause like also what it kind of does too is yeah, because like sometimes he just wears people's skin and he's like, Mathwin has a handsome body and I feel cool and strong when I'm in there. But it's like, oh, that time I'm just like, yeah, you're facing sensory deprivation. I get it. Whatever. What's driving me nuts though, this is gonna mean absolutely nothing. If you haven't read it, but this is like technically a spoiler, but not a big spoiler. There is a guy in there named Moloch. I have to imagine it's spelled Moloch, but they pronounce it Moloch in the audiobook, so I'm going with Moloch. Yeah, he's basically like a good injured he's like if Professor X and Darkman were the same character. But like without being less crazy murdery as Darkman. Have you guys ever seen that post about like this is a smart person written by a dumb person, and then like a smart person written by a smart person written by a dumb person. And I'm not gonna say that Abnett is dumb. I don't think he is. I have no ill will against him. I've read several of his books. But he writes Moloch like he's fucking the exact thing that they talk about in that fucking copy pasta bit, where it's like, I looked at his gaits and I realized that he was actually worked for the governor, and I used secret hand signals to hypnotize him. And once he came over, I threw a packet of gel on the ground because I knew in 10 minutes that he would fall and break his neck on the gel. I'm just like, fuck off. Fuck off. You were so much more fun in the last book when you were just evil as shit, but like in a menacing way. And it's kind of worse because there's a second character. So, like, wrote sexier scenes. I've never read a Watson thing. I know his reputation. I will say that, like, Abnett so far has mostly just been like, and they wake up after being tangled with each other all night. Her naked silhouette was against the light. The guy grunted and smoked a low stick. I'm sure it's correct. I just have not. Once again, I've not read any of his books myself. A true visionary, yeah. But so I would say it's less Sherlock Holmes and more just like, isn't my Moriarty so cool? Wow, he's so smart. How's Ravnor going to get out of this one? I have to imagine. I'm gonna be honest, Coffee. I think there's probably a ton of those books. They're probably just not in stores. You probably just have to go to like small indie press or stuff, or itch or whatever. But where am I going with that? But it's for me, it's like, okay, he's got OC Do Not Steal Moriarty, and that would be fine. But last book they established a dude whose entire things was like Moriarty-esque schemes, and now there's two of them, and they're on the same side. And at one point, how you doing in Pocket Fit? I'm talking about the Ravnor books, which I'm like mostly enjoy. Like I think overall I would say that I've enjoyed the Ravnor series. I don't know how I would say it would stack up compared to Eisenhorn if you pressed me to it. I don't know exactly on that. But they legitimately have a point where they're like, yes, you there, my friend. We need to talk. Why do we need to talk? We're both too smart and too cool. We'll tear each other apart. Yes. Yes. Let us not do that. But because you told me about this, I must reveal that I had 8 contingency plans in a row. Likewise, I also had 8 contingency plans in a row. We gotta stop those contingency plans now. It's the third one has been really weird. I'm not nearly as keen on as the first two. Overall, like I said, overall, like hard good or hard bad, because I like Beckwin as a character. She was fun. She was fun. Hard to read. Damn. I'm a little worried because I'm not gonna lie. I wanted to eventually get to those because like people online keep jerking off this whole King in Yellow theory thing, and I only know that it's somewhere in that Beckwin book or whatever the fuck that is. And I did kind of want some context for it. I know it's the internet, and like Warhammer lore on the internet is a very silly thing to begin with. But like, I still want to know. And like overall, I don't hate the Abnett books. But saying that it's written like they're in High Gothic is very interesting. Well, see, for me, the thing is like, there's like a playfully antagonistic relationship to Trazyn and Orcan, where it's like both of them are really talented in their respective fields and like smart and they got resources, but they also kind of have like flaws. Like the entire like the Cognite school subplot's kind of neat, but it also means that like every person who's Cognite trained is like a fucking like big-brained uber chaos guy in a way that does not really feel. It feels weird compared to other like. I know his stuff feels very weird in general compared to other 40k stuff, but it feels really weird. It feels more Bond. Like Eisenhorn was already pretty Bond, and I was okay with that. This feels more Bond somehow, even though Eisenhorn started to feel less Bond as the series went on. You know? Yeah, but like Mulch is just kind of like, yes. I looked at her blouse, and her silk on her blouse has a specific weave, which is how I knew it came from Gundren in this specific area. And if you tried to disarm me, I will like There's the fight with him where somebody had a bunch of like hound servitors, and he's like, yes, they're controlled entirely by voice. If I just listen to her talk 3 times, I can fully replicate her voice and thus take control of the hounds. Like, this is... It sounds weird. This is gonna sound weird. I kind of wish he was magical. I feel like he's doing like smart person magic, where I'm like, just use fucking magic. You're in a setting with magic. This feels less believable than fucking magic. He does. He's got that. He straight up does like do you know the D&D spell command? He basically has that like on his speech. He'll just do that sometimes. He'll be fighting a guy and he'll be like, I'm saying your full name now, you're confused. And they're like, what? And then he stabs him. Well, see, I give Baki a lot of slack because A, every Baki character is flawed as shit, and B, everybody's overpowered as shit. So like, is Yujiro stupidly overpowered? Yeah. But like, Yujiro feels like he fits in the Baki world. And like, there's other stuff going around that like, Yujiro can be just like a big crazy weirdo and be invincible. But like, a lot of the setting keeps on ticking. Like, despite the fact that he's like, in terms of like power scaling to other people in his own like series, Yujiro does, I mean, like, Yujiro remains as a threat, but because he's so self-centered and just effectively kind of goofing off, like, it doesn't really fuck with the status quo in a way. Oh shit, also, it looks like there's ad break time, so let's go see you guys in a bit. Wow. Oh shit, we'll be off ad break soon. I can probably, hold on, maybe this will be fun. I don't know how ad break affects Zoom Raiders. How's it going, everybody? Welcome. If you do not know me, I'm Halbernut, the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurglescape variety. How you doing, Eerie? What the fuck were you playing, nerd? Also, how you doing, TMIG? How you doing, Tenshi? How you doing, Instant Z's from earlier? How you doing, Eresia? How you doing, Asserta Scribbler? How you doing, Reaper is here. And, damn, 6-7? Okay, that's the only time I'm gonna do that shit, that particular combo. But I'm glad you're having fun with the demos. Were they good? Were they good demos? Also, how you doing, Third Dan? Welcome. How you doing? Also, because I did that during an ad break, because I did that in the ad break, my shame will be eternally like hidden. It'll be great. But yeah, I'm painting very weird cookies today. No, I'm painting rats. Here, let me show you guys my rats. I'm very early on, so they look very ugly right now. They're really getting like some very, very basic base coats. That's my paint keeps getting like really, really thin. But yeah, there we go. My various rodents. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're having fun with them. Hell yeah. I've been, for people who know Mordheim, I've been really big on the Mordheim train lately, so I've been building Clan Pestilens for that, which I'm pretty excited about. throw it into the sun. So how you doing? How you doing, Reaper Valhart? Welcome. How you doing? All right, yes. Let's go back to the ski. But one thing I forgot to do, which I should probably just go ahead and do now before I forget, is get some fucking typhus corrosion on the metal bits. I usually put the corrosion on before I paint the metal colors, just because it looks better. There we go. But yeah. There's been also, if anyone has any questions about any mini painting things or Warhams or whatnot, let me know. I'd be more than glad to help out. Yeah, there we go. Once again, nobody can give me shit about my rats anymore. I've been very consistent on painting rats as of late. I've been very, very good. I've earned I paint rats. So haha, there we go. Suspicious. Oh yeah, exactly. Like for me, I enjoy sometimes when it's like in a power or magic system. There's like, I enjoy when people break those in the context of the universe, but in a way that like plays with the established rules. I'll Homestuck has a lot of flaws, but I really thought the way that like everything kind of connected together, looped within itself, was really, really clever at the time. I'm like, oh, cool. That like this was set up as a thing. This is set up as a consequence. These are plans that characters took to like get around a consequence, or like an enemy would exploit something in a way that like felt right. Where it's like, oh, you're not pulling this out of your ass. This is set up as a thing you could do, but might be a bad idea. But you did it anyway because you don't give a fuck. So you're getting sick benefits from that, or just making everything worse for everyone. But yeah. But yeah, it's also looks like I think the ad stuff is done. Yippee, let's go. Twitch ads have been brutal lately. Get some delicious crust on my rats, as one does. That's also true too. I know very little about Jujutsu Kaisen, but I know at one point there was a guy who just pulls out a gun, which is very funny. I think it's like, that is one of those things where it's like, we kind of talk about in like certain versions of D&D where it's like you just get so strong that like, you know, you could get stabbed directly, and depending on the level or like what kind of campaign it is, where it's like that doesn't do anything, you know. But no, but I think guns are inherently grounding to a certain degree, where it's like, oh yeah, you know what a gun does, you know the consequences of gun. Like, sure, magic bullet guns I don't consider like for that thing. But like, if like straight up, it's like everybody's like wizards and a gun comes out, you're like, oh shit, this, if anything brings us back to like, oh, this is something I can grasp onto. This is the stakes are immediately set. Cause like, you know, wizard all you want, a lot of times in a lot of settings, not universally so, but it's like people get shot when they're killed. Oh yeah, that's one of the Fate guys has the gun thing. God, Fate's one of those series I should really get around to. I've had multiple people that are like, how, you have not read Fate Stay Night? But I thought you were my friend. And then they beat me with hammers. And as I'm weeping from the hammer beatdown, I'm like, damn, they're right. I should play Fate Stay Night. But no, I have not gotten around to it yet. Yeah, Outlaw Star gun spell. Also, this is a bad series, but Final Fantasy Unlimited has a very fun system where the guy loads up a gun with summoning shells. Basically, he actually just kind of loads them with like little magic properties, and then fires them into a summon, which I think is really, really cool. I would not say that's a good series though, but like, you know, it's cool. That part's cool. Let's get a little bit of. Also, at some point, my typhus corrosion got like a little bit dried out, so like trying to like de-gunkify it a little bit. I don't think it's necessarily going to work, but we'll give it a go. Oh yeah, is it one of those things because like he's not relying on magic as much? He could use his like big brain meats to do bullshit, or like. Then again, that maybe it might just be better if I just watch. To be fair, but don't paint a rat. I'm not going to be painting a rat this Sunday. I'm fairly certain this Sunday, barring freak accidents, I will be doing I will be working on the Rust Vultures. Probably the Intercessors, but if not, the Eradicators, because the Eradicators require a lot less, like. Funnily enough, the fact that they're so fucking chunky and their guns are so thick means I don't really get a lot of options for how to customize them. So I'm mostly just going to be customizing like the helmet and then the shield, like the little gun shield they have in the front. And that should give me enough to like do some pretty cool shit with them. But like, They're not going to be as blinged out weirdly enough as the fucking intercessors. You know, the generical dudes. Was pretty much, yeah, he's like, fire, the element of passion, and does like a little bullet flip thing. And then he puts all these into the gun, and then depending on what combo of bullets he does, I think it's technically like, here's the thing. I love like long summoning sequences and stuff like that, but a lot of times what they're really there is to disguise the fact that you need to reuse footage. Like, every time Utena does like the same sequence I'm used to, like the same sequence of the castle and everything, I clap my little elf nerd hands. I'm like, yay! It's shooting. It's sword time. Let's go. And I love it for that. But like, I know objectively by doing that over a 30 course series, you're using roughly. Also Reaper, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. Welcome. I know objectively that means that the team behind Utena had to use significantly less footage. Like, they could save so much money by doing that. Yeah, the conditioning is real. I do. Utena does fuck, though. Guys, I'm so fucking mad. That's how you doing, Crypto. How you doing? I was not aware that Utena was being shown in theaters on the 20th and, like, 21st, or, like, 21st and 22nd. No one fucking told me Utena was having a showing. Yeah, okay, I'm not the only one. Yeah, so it was like, by the time I found out, I only found out because I think Takako went to one, and like, she's clear on the ball for something like that. It is the 2 nights only on June 21, June 22nd. By G Kids Films, a company I've never heard of, but like, damn. Oh, you gotta. I'm actually thinking about giving away some stuff at my shop is gearing up to do another one of those Titanic swap meets. And there are some weird things I'm like weirdly giddy for like, this would actually be kind of fun just to downsize. I can free up some space with this. Wish I didn't get this like front chest. Let me get that real quick. Like I'm thinking about stuff where it's like, once again I'm thinking about like, oh, will I actually ever get around to this? And so like my Malifaux stuff. If I had to choose between the 2 Malifaux armies I kind of have built, it's Rezzers and the Bayou, the Gremlins. And I like the Gremlins, but I'm like, I don't think I'll ever get around to those. I bought those like over a decade ago and I've not painted them. I'm sure if that swap meet happens and I bring them to the swap meet, somebody's gonna look at them and love them and get big ooh puppy dog eyes and like, oh, I can't wait to take them home. And I'm like, yay, and then they're gonna be happy. I absolutely know that might be a thing. You know? Oh, I don't have the Whiskey Golem. I do agree the Whiskey Golem does fuck. I do like the Whiskey Golem a lot. I do not have the Whiskey Golem. I was going to, like, I think I actually have the whole, like, try the I have the warband that's, I have the warband that's just, oh my god, which one is that one? I have, like, the actual, like, drunken master dude and, like, his monks and, like, maybe the totem and whatnot. But yeah, I miss, like, I end up missing, like, basically every big anime theater release, and it makes me sad a little bit. Like, I think there was an End of Evangelion one a couple months ago that I just totally missed. I'm amazed that I made it in time to see the end of the Amazing Digital Circus in theaters. Legitimately, I'm surprised. Oh, no, I'm not surprised, because you know what I did? So I reserved it, I believe when I was in my old house. And I totally just forgot that I got that reservation. So I just wasted a ticket. So somebody got some extra cozy seats nearby, which good for them. And then I had to do it again so I could actually see it. And I think it was worth it. And now it's on YouTube though. So like, there we go. I will say that's a fun way to do things where it's like, yeah. I don't know. To be fair though, I just need to like overlap it a bit. Hey, like, hold on. Let me do a thing. sick, especially if I want this to be kind of also sick. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. How the fuck? Yeah, I think there's a hacker for some reason. I'm surprised that fucking Seribot did not pick that up. Weird. Anyway, I was trying to do a. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh wait. So, I got I got Griffin Claw. I got a bone. No, okay, never mind. I was like, I picked up this bone color recently, which is kind of good, but it's not quite like a what's it called? It's not quite as good, like kind of like Rackar Flesh equivalent. I'm still never quite there. Like I picked up a couple of colors. Like this Tooth and Coats one's about the best I can really get there. I'm gonna do like a drop of that, maybe a little droplet of that. Is that like one drop? Let's do 2 drops of that, and then maybe like 1 drop of gold. That plum color, which is here. I can kind of mix a little, like, I need to definitely do another coat on that. A little red drop, and that should do like a little red base tone to that, and then I can mix it up. And then probably start just kind of building it up with a regular skin. Yeah, okay. I'm doing a little bit of paint alchemy, and we're gonna see how this looks. Also, I finally got the right water cups around. I ended up mixing them up last time. All right, let's try this. Let's use it. Oh, we'll do the other arm. We'll do the other arm for now. And let me. Oh god, it's so thin. What the fuck? Maybe I do gotta start shaking up my proacral stuff more. It's like very, very thinned out. Oh, there we go, though. Yeah, okay, this is a good coverage layer for this. It's like nice and kind of like gross and sickly and pink, and then I can just start bringing some like direct skin tones directly on top of that. Yeah, let's go. But yeah, anyway, I was about to say before stuff. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, there's a couple of minis that, like, if that swap meet does happen, I'll probably do that just to free up my mental space. I'll go Marie Kondo light. I'll go Marie Kondo light on there. Like, I realistically don't think I'm ever going to play Marvel Crisis Protocol. It's funny, out of all my Marvel Crisis Protocol minis, the one I kind of want to keep the most, there's a scale model of the Daily Bugle stand. Because in that game, I will say one really cool thing about that game is that, like, compared to pretty much every other war game I've seen, that one has the strongest amount of, like, oh, see that terrain piece? Throw it. Fucking chuck that shit. Which I think is really, really cool. So you got a character who's like the Hulk, and his sort of thing, you know, the Hulk throw shit. And like, you can have like a big, strong guy in like a Warhammer game, but he'll never really be chucking shit. He'll never quite be chucking it. But despite the fact that I've heard fairly solid things about that game over the year, I can't really give a shit about Marvel. I keep looking at that new Magic set. I'm just like, I don't know. It's like it's a whole set that I just don't really care about. Just don't really care about any of this. Yeah, they do. To be fair though, it's like terrain rules are always going to be a tricky motherfucker, because a lot of people don't play with terrain that's good, or they'll play with terrain that's at their shop. And the people who do like really nice, bespoke, beautiful terrain, that's typically also kind of like a display piece. So you don't want to, like, you also don't want to like throw that. Like, you can't really just take up a piece and just yank it. Blank tables are just allergic to non-throw. Oh, that's unfortunate though. Okay, that's. Because I guess I kind of noticed that on like the Goonhammer articles where they would talk about stuff. I just kind of assumed that was just like, oh, they're just simulating like a game, so this is just like a really quick example. Yeah, I would say talking to Al about Infinity has made me want to maybe pull out some of my shit. Maybe get that painted up. I don't know if or when that'll ever happen. I have a scattershot of somewhere in my collection is a Pano Military Orders Battle Force that I could use for a thing. I think I need to 3D print some parts because I know one dude's jetpack definitely broke off and like lost a little tab thing, but I can fix them. I got the technology. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. That might be fun one of these days, but it's I got too many games on my plate. I'm suffering from success on games at the moment. Which is, you know, not a bad spot to be in. I would much rather have too many games than not enough, you know? Fun. Hey, let's go. I know that... It's like, maybe because, like, when I was talking to giving it a go, I was told to try there's, like, a cheap box of the military orders. So I was like, okay, maybe what I just need to do is say fuck it and just pick up, like, a whole box of the, combined army. The ones that are clearly the weird fuckers that I would enjoy. I would clearly enjoy the weird, gross flesh monster guys with like the cool, like evil alien cyber tech. I should have just did that because at the very least I'd be like, well, okay, because like military orders is cool, but I think if I wasn't told that they was like, you should really start with something nice and simple like this and work your way up, I think I probably would have still had more fun because I would have been more invested in the army. He's looking like every color on the skin. He's like a second coat. This is bullshit. Lucky some star. Hey, let's go. That's always a good way to get people to try war games with you. It probably is. I don't know. Oh, I was very shocked for a moment because my brain associates Steel Battalion with the Xbox game. There's the Xbox Mech game where you have like a full ass big controller. It's one of those like it's a bucket list stream for me to play that game because, you know, I already do hand cam stuff anyway. That wouldn't be a big deal. But also, if you want to do that, you pretty much need to buy like a $400 controller that works for one game, and that's a big ask sometimes. I'm not quite that level of disposable bullshit in my life. I don't think I've ever have, or don't think I ever will be, but you know, someday maybe. I guess I also gotta watch out because someday that game might be straight up like 4 digits. Who fucking knows? Is the way like, the retro gaming community is these days. That's fine. Just need to be like, oh yeah, eventually everything will get fully painted, and then that's not a big deal. Or digit games, there's a lot of that. How you doing, Alrun? How you doing? There's still part of me deep in my heart that kind of wishes I had a physical copy of Cubivore. Because that was expensive growing up. Yeah, so it's like, normally they have plague sensors, which is just like, you know, like the big whippy thing that smell bad. But what I did is like, I could not find like a really good dynamic looking STL of any of those. They were either just like attached to the model or just kind of like, bleh, this is a fucking mace. This is just a mace with a funny head. So these are actually slings from OPR. The OPR Nurgle range has some dudes with slings for their like Poxwalker, like Plague Bear equivalents. So I just, you can get one of those with like a full arm as like a customizable bit for your dude. So I just printed out the arm and just sometimes I chopped it off. Like this guy probably got that off at the like the elbow, and this guy I think got more at like actually like the top of the wrist of the arm. So he got more of the whole arm in there. Yeah, there we go. Fucking thigh. Yeah, I'm doing Pestilens to be fair though. I'm sure you could DIY a controller, but the thing is like it's like how I could probably play Half-Life Alyx without the VR. Like I can. There's probably a way I could do that and it would be fine. But I feel like you just kind of missed the point where it's just like if you're playing Steel Battalion, you got to play with the Steel Battalion controller. Unless you could rig something up that's like equally convoluted, but in Steel Battalion, you have to hit a button to eject, or else you lose your entire save file, which is such a fun character. That's such a fun game design. That's such a big brain move to include in your mech video game. Also, thank you for the hydrate. I've never really had. Okay, actually, it depends. What resin are you using? So right now, I haven't really had a big issue. Back in the day when I was printing like with the default resin that came from Elegoo, I'll go with the Anycubic. I was using the default Anycubic resin. It had really bad shrinkage, which didn't really matter for troops, but if I was trying to say like print out, I was trying to print out those like Star Saurians, like the Space Lizardmen. Ah, that's your problem. Don't do that. Don't, that's the exact same resin I used. It's got really bad shrinkage issues, and it's just particularly brittle. So your parts will just never fit correctly. If you've ever tried to like print out one of the big like showpiece models, and you're like, why doesn't this fit? That's what's going on. I had your exact same issue. I am going to recommend Sunlu ABS Light Gray resin. It is roughly like $15 to $20 per bottle if you get it on Amazon. It is significantly more durable. It's got significantly less shrinkage issues. It is what I used for this. Like, see how I can do this? That's what that resin is. Got that bounce to it. Any game list is made two characters for Twitch. Oh shit, you got too many. Yeah. It's really good. It's really good. Strong recommend. Yeah, no, understandable. So I will say it's not invincible. If you drop if you drop like a spear guy at a bad angle, it will shatter in the same way that like every resin thing ever will shatter. But still better. Still definitely better than what you're using. Still way better than what you're using for sure. Because like I said, I had similar issues. My 3D printing journey started with the exact same type of resin and doing the exact same type of prints. So funnily enough, yeah, you've gone through the stuff I have, but luckily you got me, haha. I mean, yeah. To be fair, that's what the hobby's all about, you know. The hobby is about sharing info per everybody so that everyone benefits. Like, there's no reason to be a selfish bastard. I will give the usual caveat that's like, you know, if you do tutorials online, I understand maybe like, you know, paywall and those is fine. Yeah, everybody's got to put food on the table or, you know, afford the plastic bullshit. But exactly, as a proud child of Lorgar, I got to share my dark gifts. Aha. So let me mix up another batch of this skin tone mixture bullshit. That going. I need to coat like another significant rat chunk on there. Yay, but if you would like to spend money on bullshit, you should check out my wonderful partner, Collectible Squids. Hey, let's go. Got him. Put on there with this mixing brush, and then I can go back to the proper. Oh yeah, I guess I could get the flesh at this stage. There we go. Yeah, exactly. That happened in the very first 40K book I ever read the completion. Technically, the first one I read was Lords of Silence, but I wasn't. My chakras weren't open, and I was not attuned to how I best read audiobooks. But yeah. How paint water sups. I need to get significantly more popular first. Once that happens, though, we'll see. We'll see. If you want to drink Howl branded juice, let's I gotta get the Twitch partner first, and we can go from there. I need to get the finish now. Let's see if I use. I could do like the big legs with this guy. It's still got in there. Yay, hold on. It was, I can give you an Amazon link on that. Hold on. I order this shit all the time. Like I literally bought a bottle of this, in June. There we go. I think this is gonna work. Also, I forgot that Amazon has a fucking affiliate link thing too. So, hey, there you go. If you buy this bullshit, I get like 10 cents. Hey, let's go. But yeah, this should work. Yeah, it is. Open link. Yes, that is it. Purchase 17 times on my end. God, I go through a lot of this stuff. I go through a lot of it. You get quite a few prints out of it. I mean, to be fair, a lot of 3D prints, you get quite a lot of print out of your print. But like, yeah, somebody was like, hey, Hal, it's the Prime Day sale. And I didn't really find much. You know what I did end up looking at? So like, my sleeping situation is fine, but I saw like a decent deal on some pillows, and I was like, what are like the good pillows these days? There's a VTuber I know named Henamimi that apparently got like a really good pillow and it fucking like changed her life. Mind you, she had like terrible pinched nerve issues, and the pillow helped fix that. I don't got that. I guess I got the usual like, oh, old man wake up tired. Oh, but hey, let's go. That should definitely help. That should definitely help. You might need to fuck around with your printer settings for that a bit. I know there's usually a lot of like profile stuff. I know there's usually like a lot like there's a like at least for I use the Lychee, and it has some pre-put together profiles for that. It'll be worth it once you get everything configured though. I assure you. I assure you, it's the good shit. I never really fucked with translucent resin before. Does seem neat though. Yeah, that's possible that the Elegoo one might be ABS resin might be fine, but yeah, I'm at this point I am Sunlu's strongest warrior. That's not true. There's probably people who are way more about it, but I really like it, so that's just generally what I use. Like light on here because there's like some angles I gotta get. Look at that arm. Every now I forget I have this fucking Noel version. Noel has gotten better at singing, I will say. 6. I don't know. I kind of just was like having a chat with someone. I'm like, I guess this is just the default state now. I don't think I'm ever going to not be tired. Like I can sleep a bunch unless probably there's a way that I could like revert to like I think I would need to go full neat to truly like fully catch up on all the sleep debt I've obtained over the years. And like you can't, that's not really feasible in this society. So like, you know, I think I'm just always going to be, fuck, you're right, it is lupus. God, wouldn't that be wild if I just like, it's been a while since I've gone to a doctor because I've been doing night, but I should probably get like a checkup at the guild and just be, and if they're like, I'm sorry, A, you're made of goo, and B, that goo is filled to bursting with lupus. I'm sorry, you got that lupus juice, and you can't be squeezed out. Yeah, I get the fucking Owen going. I was like, man, would it be weird if there's a VTuber with lupus, and then I look in the mirror and it's just fucking me? Oh, that'd be the worst. Is lupus treatable? I genuinely don't know. Like, once again, I did not watch House. So I don't know how much a lupus is like a thing that's like, oh yeah, with medication you can live a normal life, or just like, well, you're fucked. Yeah, that's also something too. I've never been to like a sleep clinic. It's something that's like, every now and then I'll know like somebody who'd be like, I went to the sleep clinic and they found out that I have exploding lungs, and they gave me the pill to stop that, and now I have like a dainty sleep. And I'm like, ooh, that'd be nice. Let's how you doing, Madeira? How you doing? Okay, that's good. So I mean, I could see the fear. I could understand that, but it's that or being tired. I would much rather not be tired anymore. So I'm also doing like a separate, slightly darker mix on the tail. I'm very consistent on having like certain skin color tail look. There we go. It's a streamer with lupus. Oh shit, are they a VTuber? We were determining if there was a VTuber with lupus. Just cause like it's like, you know, we were just kind of comparing that a lot of like VTuber diseases also just kind of match up with lupus symptoms. Bottom in there. That's where these fucking angles. I can't even sub-assembly some of these motherfuckers. They're just built like this. They're built like this because they hate me personally. Hey, there we go. Okay. That I don't think that counts, but it's still cool. I don't know. For me, I have to consider, for someone to be a VTuber, they have to do it most of the time. Like I'm never gonna call like PewDiePie a VTuber. He just did it once, and that's fine. You know, you don't have to like it, or like you could try it and be like, yeah, not for me. Let's see. Yes, maybe one day I'll do a sleep clinic just to see if it maybe they can find something. The thing that I think I'm realistically scared of for the sleep clinic is not that they're like, oh, you have X, oh, that's been fucking you up, like the whole like they found the vitamin issue. I'm realistically I'm going to a sleep clinic and just be, oh, you just don't get good sleeping hours. Like you like it's entirely self-inflicted. This is all on you, buddy. There's no disease. There's no nothing. It's just like legitimately they're like, I'm sorry, we diagnosed you with skill issue. Oh, I never considered that those would have to be on a list, but yeah, I have to imagine a lot of people are like, my sleep's fucked in this society, you know? I mean, I guess it. That's true. At that point, if I got that, it's like, oh wow, this is all on me. I need to take responsibility. Oh, fuck, why did I say that? But like, you know, at that point, I'm just like, I gotta do this. That's true. I mean, you know, yeah, that's the worst option. We're like, oh, it's just bad. It's just bad, and we don't know why it's bad. That's probably the worst option. Yeah. Yeah, I guess the other option too. Yeah, I guess there's I can see why you'd be scared now. There's a lot of bad options if you go to the sleep clinic. Yeah, that's exactly like Mitter. That's something that it's like. I've just kind of been bad at sleeping all my life, and like I've never recorded myself sleeping. There's been one time I've been recorded when I'm sleeping, but that was not for medical purposes. Have I mentioned that before? One time I got the first time I got blackout drunk, actually first and only time I got blackout drunk was at a Halloween party, and I got so drunk that I started rapping in my sleep, and I was like, no way, I didn't do that, when my friends told me the next day, and they're like, how? And they pull out a cell phone, and I was rapping the Boys in the Hood cover by Dynamite Hack. I was not even doing the original. I was doing the white boy cover of Boys in the Hood. I was like, oh. Yeah, no, I guess I was. Okay. Like, you can't, like you can't really, like, say no to, like, that level of proof. You're like, well, shit, I was in the wrong. I absolutely did that. It was with a late 2000s cell phone, too. So the quality wasn't great, and it wasn't going to get, like, uploaded to YouTube or anything. Still, I was like, oh. Yeah, I do think about the vitamin post. It's the implication for the, I don't need to bring it up, but the implication for those, it's like, oh, it would be nice if you just go to a doctor and they're like, you're lacking the vitamin, and they give you the vitamin, it fixes your life. And then there's a follow-up one where someone's like, I want that life, but I want everybody to be like, I can't believe you live life without the vitamin. Oh my God, you're so brave. And then everybody like claps and applauds you. I think about that a lot. Oh, so you just have to like put in like earplugs when you sleep, I guess? Okay. And everyone clapped, unironically. I don't know when the fuck I'm ever going to do a karaoke screen. Can I be sleep racist? No, you're not allowed. Ban. A little bit of dry brushing. You persevered without the vitamin? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if like I think originally I was gonna go try to get a ADHD diagnosis early this year, and then the move fucked my shit up real bad. So I should probably maybe get back on that. I don't know, maybe let my finances recover a bit first. Oh, okay, that's not so bad then. That's not so bad. I think that might also be potentially a thing. Hey, nice little easy dry brush brushes. I like these Mordheim bases because like I basically just do like a dark brown, a a dark gray, and I do this kind of like stone gray dry brush and everything, and it looks nice. Yippee. Catches the cobblestones real good. How you doing, Fancy Man? How you doing? Happy day. Happy day that ends in Y. How you doing? How you doing? We're talking about nobody can sleep correctly, and I'm dry brushing. I'm dry brushing. Hell yeah. Yeah, I don't. So like, it is also kind of interesting being a 35 going on 36-year-old nerd who doesn't smoke. Like anytime I go to like the war game side doesn't really do it a lot, but like the Magic group I'm in, there's a lot of vape pens that come out during that, and it's like, you're playing a non-deterministic combo deck. What are you doing? Like, how? You're so good at this game. I was like, I think I'm just sober. I think I'm just sober with like decent threat evaluation. That might be a superpower in this group. I don't know. Usually dry brushing, I mean, dry brushing's so good. I legitimately use it for so much, especially for basing, because like basing, it's like, you know, basing and terrain are the two things that dry brushing really shines on. Like, mind you, there are people that like legitimately will like hand paint every stone, and it does look really nice, to be fair. But like, they also paint for competition, and I'm painting for like, I'm kind of at that like ascended tabletop tier. Like, I want everything to be good, but like, I'm gonna spend like a reasonable amount of time per MIDI, you know? Sobriety is not a superpower. It feels like it to me anyway. I don't, at least when I'm playing Magic, that's the only real benefit of a head. Oh yeah, that's a mood. They're making biscuits and you cannot make Z's. Oh. Hey, nice. Wait, kill some Necron? Oh, I'm trying to miss what the fuck the context for that is. Color schemes. Hey, let's go. There's also like a couple of websites out there too that does. Oh yeah. Also, while these guys are drying, this is gonna be real quick. So I printed out these. These are little nameplates, and like we got Festesh, we got Scab One, we got Kershek. I basically took I went to like the big wiki page of Skaven names. And I was like, okay, I just gotta keep like a similar vibe to those. These are not gonna be like super duper detailed. I'm gonna do that like Rust thing. Yeah, you can get a lot of custom, like, basically all of these is what you do is you take them into like, you'll get the file in like My Mini Factory, and it won't be like a traditional STL. It'll be like a Blender file. I know nothing about Blender. But they give you instructions for like, go here, and then at this layer, you can change the text and then just export it as an STL and you're gravy. I'm going to do that like tarnished color thing. So I'm just going to do like a quick layer on all these of a turquoise. That's before I charge. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's happened a lot of times where it's like, sometimes like forgetting to like, oh fuck, I should have dashed. But then also too, you get that fun instance where it's like, oh yeah, I need to dash so I could be in charge range, and you flub your dash. I'm like, oh, I guess you're just like not doing anything this turn. Maybe even this game, if it's like a melee unit that really needs to get in there. I guess that's why I like having like a musician so important. I skimp on musicians, and I probably shouldn't. It's really easy for me to skimp on musicians though. I like building tall, and if you want to build tall, you got to spend a lot of money on primo gear. And if you're spending money on primo gear, you can't buy funky flute. But yeah. I feel like I add this to my playlist. I sometimes like I'll set the playlist to random. And then, like, when I turn it off and turn it back on again, it forgets the random, but I'll be, like, somewhere just kind of in, like, a random location in my playlist and just plays naturally. Definitely been a bit. So it's been a hot minute since I started. Like, every now and then, like, I'm almost now hitting, I'm almost hitting that place where it's, like, sometimes I want to watch, like, Hololive clips out of, like, nostalgia reasons. I'm like, oh, fuck. But, like, not new ones. I have, like, a big VTuber like YouTube playlist for a lot of like clips and streams and stuff. I'm like, oh, these are nice, nostalgic. Which, mind you, it's like oh, I could watch like an old bit from a Suisse Minecraft stream in like 2019, but it's like she's still doing shit. I could watch a new Suisse thing. But she's kind of like doing like that, like she's kind of like doing like the whole like I'm an actual singer thing lately, which is interesting. I think it's sort of like a neat branch out for like a Hololive talent. How are you getting to the point where Azubs need armor, standard armor though? I feel like there should be better things to spend money on at whatever point you're at, but I could be wrong. Also, I guess it depends on the sub-faction, to be fair. Could really depend on the sub-faction. Oh shit, this guy's leg. Never got bullshit. So please don't be dried up. Please don't be dried up. Thank you. I don't know if this affected things. I did reuse the palette from Sunday because Sunday was just like 3 colors. I still need to work more on those Minotaurs. They're definitely like a nice thing for, it's like if I'm just like, yeah, I feel like a very easy, kind of repetitive paint, those Minotaur 15mm ones. I did show them to my local group though after the stream, and they're like, whoa, hell yeah. So they're very happy about them. They're going to face them, and I don't know. There's a friend of mine who was talking about that, like the guard in that are rolling like a million billion dice. So I might just be getting my shit shot off the table. So we'll find out if they even live to get to like with it to do anything. All I really want to do, I've seen list, also fair. Yeah. Especially I guess if you're doing the House of Wisdom, you can give your guys +0 in melee. So I guess that's something. I don't know. So I know at some point soon I need leathery color. Pick it up, and this is a sub-assembly issue. I could have not did that. Your curse to die first. No, I'm very much a painted models do better truther. That is based on my experience. That is me. Anytime I go to a shop, in my experience, painted models just do really fucking well. So yeah, no, I'm pretty ride or die for that. Later. I'm sure it's also distinctly possible that I'm just like blotting out all the other instances of just like, oh yeah, I painted this model. No, that did happen. I did. I finished painting that the lord on the big lizard, and he got to his first game, and he ended up in a duel against an enemy vampire, and it did not go well. He fucked up the vampire, but then eventually just ate shit because of terrible rolls. So that, I guess that has happened before. Not entirely unprecedented. I guess I could also get some of the metal too, because this is technically not, the metal's technically not painted. Braxia. The name is not immediately ringing a bell. Oh, that fucker! No. Mine's the not the character, the Cracker Drac or whatever. That is a sick model, to be fair. That's a very sick. Oh god. So also so like I apparently today 11th edition is up on new recruits, and I was like, yeah, it's lunch break. Let me build a Raven Guard list. I've been basically using the Raven Guard as the mechanical backbone for the Rust Vultures, and that's been going pretty good. Did you guys know that there's a $450 resin Primaris Forge World tank? It's hella out of stock, and it's not Legends yet. I did not see it. It's called like the Astraeus or something like that. Yeah, there we go. The Astraeus tank. The Astraeus super heavy tank. I have to imagine that this thing is getting taken out behind the shed, but it mentions Primaris specifically. So this is definitely like a newer, like probably like right before like a lot of stuff changed for Forge World. Oh yeah, legitimately that's a winning strat. Look at this fucking piece of shit. Look at this big fucker. It's like if you took that like Horus Heresy turret that they released recently, then put like a weird spider bunker, and then put the front half of a... Wait, what? What do you mean Commissar Kane is released into Legends? How? It does, yeah, that does look like a spaceship, yeah, actually. If you remove the base... Like, Forge World has some, like, really neat designs and cool ideas. A lot of times, like, there's a lot of Forge World models that are just made of just, like, pure, unadulterated Slaneshian excess. Where it's like, nobody would buy this. This is $1 million. Are you high kind of deal. Like, I'm sure someone's bought at least one of them. I'm sure at least a Primaris Astraeus fuck you tank exists on a table. Yeah, actually, oh yeah, like the siege tank when you turn it into like a one of like the hover modes or whatever. Voice is really scratchy today. Consume some more water. But have they for people who know, like, have they explained why they made Commissar Kane immediately Legends? That feels insane. That feels like extra insane to me for some reason, and I don't know why. I think it's just because usually there's like a contract between a Warhammer player and G-dubs that like things will fall in the Legends kind of arbitrarily, but you know, such is life. But it's like you gotta give it time, like, you know. We're aware of the contract, but like you gotta honor your half Games Workshop. You can't just do that. Because I have a little bit of stuff on there, I can kind of do it a little. I can purposely do this a little slapdash so I can leave some of the brown showing for the rust. I get these little like weird, basically like trim ridges. I got you. I guess so. I mean, that's probably why I play. You know, I play older editions and like with like a tight group, so it's not like it like that change really affects me personally. Still weird though. Still not a fan of that. That is a strange maneuver, for sure. There we go. Yeah, this is like a very light overbrush on a lot of things. Get everything that doesn't have some paint. Oh fuck! Need to be a little careful with my hands though. I'm really okay with the Eisenhorn Mini because that felt like more just like, oh, this is like a fun promotional model with fun. I guess you could say the Commissar Kane is one, but the books have been out for so long, and usually they at least give you like an edition. You get like an edition to play with something at least before they squat it, you know. How you doing, Fish Muncher? This is the Star Phantoms. How you doing? Oh, this is actually for Mordheim. How you doing? I believe Star Phantoms are the, if I remember right, they're the Dark Angel successor chapter that doesn't like to be considered a Dark Angel successor chapter because they think Dark Angels are kind of like, you know, being weird and wasting their time. I believe those are Star Phantoms. I'm a little rusty. My Dark Angel knowledge is pretty weak. I'm actually trying to recall if I've actually ever seen a Dark Angel in a book I've read. I don't think so, actually. Like I think basically like every other chapter has showed up to like some degree and at least a little bit. But yeah, no, I don't think I've seen any. I guess I could just maybe read one of their books for shit. That might be fun. That might be neat. Not better. But yeah. I'm painting up some rats for Mordheim because that is what my local group has been going apeshit for recently. Also, building models for Mordheim is fun. It is fun just to take my various minis and like repurpose them and fuck around with them. Way in there too. Got so many little fucking angles where the metal can catch. There we go. But yeah, this is one of my Plague Acolytes. I have another Plague Acolyte here. who is the significantly less armored one. I need to start saving one. I gave that guy like some standard armor and a shield. My group is playing with the Nemo house rules that make shields slightly better because otherwise, like, dual wielding in Mordheim is just kind of really good. It gives you a lot of attacks with like very little opportunity cost. So the Nemo rules do kind of make that like a little less like this is the objectively best way to play the game. It's still a really good way to play the game though. So like like a lot of my regular plague dorks are just kind of, well, actually no, they're more. I'm not doing the crazy full sling spam list because I'm not playing Clan Eshin. Well, I do have an okay amount of slings. I'm doing the friendly gentleman's agreement of like no more. I'm trying to identify the color of his robe. I guess that has some robe color back there. But yeah, I'm not trying to do more than half slings. Because I know if you do that, it gets like way too fucking much. Oh shit, this song kind of reminds me too. Like yours got an album coming out soon, or it's out, and like I don't know if it's shipped yet, which is kind of crazy. Like she's really grown as a singer. All of my peers have been doing really cool stuff. I'm very proud of them being really open and exposed about their thoughts and feelings and channeling that into creative works, which is really, really cool. That is what this hobby is about. Yeah, I definitely need to get a lot of the cloth and other bullshit in there before I maybe touch up some of the metals again. Oh shit, there's a bunch on his back. Get like another drop. This is all just gunmetal gray from Vallejo, my beloved. Love that shit. I would like it. Also, like, so I know that like the origin of the whole Ink 28 came from Inquisitor, and I do own a copy, so I was like vaguely looking through it, and a lot of the hobbying stuff is really cool, and like the there's less stuff there than I was expecting. Like, I kind of expected it was like, okay, like, because I think I heard somebody say like, yeah, take a lot of the ideas and like stuff. I'm like, oh, I bet this has like cool ideas for like scenario gen and like building a system out that we could use. And no, not really. It's kind of got like baby's first GM advice, and I don't know if it's just because a lot of times, a lot of people from the wargaming sphere, even people who are really creative, are kind of like not super knowledgeable about TRPGs, or if it's just like maybe it's just info that would be useful to someone else who's not me, who's already pretty seasoned. But yeah, I was just like, oh man, I was hoping to find maybe like some cool stuff, and like I mean, it's still a very pretty book. But I just also I do not have a burning desire to play Inquisitor because it's a fucking train wreck of a book. Shit, this side has a little bit of metal that I just did not get. Anyways, I can always rust out a bit of metal now. Which is a shame because like I am really, I will say that the more of the Ravenor books I read, the more I really want to run the one of the 40k TRPGs. My local group has been doing a really, really, really long Supers campaign. And I think that's wrapping up soon, and there might be an implication I might be able to do like maybe like 1 or 2 shot in between that campaign and then like another one that's apparently kicking off. I've actually like not DM'd for our group since I became a VTuber, and I wonder if it's like just like, I think it's just mostly just like weird coincidence. A lot of people are just like, I have a campaign, let's go. And everyone's like, oh cool, okay. It'd be nice though. I've not DM'd in a hot minute. I'm itching. I'm feeling it. I need to reach out to some people though. Get some stuff going. All right. You, buddy. I need a leathery color for like the various wraps and slings and whatnot. God, I really need help this purple. Why is, I don't know. Some of these shades came out really fucking thin. Oh, well, actually, speaking of which, I need to get around the dagger because I'm seeing some white. It'll be fine though. It's like one of those like really like, this is usually the stage that I think a mini always to me feels like the worst. Like it's beyond the stage of like, ooh, potential. There's like untapped, like when you see like a gray mini, you're like, ooh, untapped potential. Oh, speaking about untapped potential, let me zoom out a little bit. Ah, there we go. Check out my Rat Ogre. This is from Vtuber Minis. I've replaced all the mechanical bits of tumors, specifically his arm, which I need to do a couple more layers of sprue goo. Let's get the big ass fucking tumor fist. Hell yeah, buddy. I'm big excited for him. Oh. All right, leather color. What leather do I want to do? I think this is really good. A lot of these guys are rescale minis. Like there's like a sculptor called Rescale Minis. They're like really. That's kind of interesting because they're technically, I believe, like the second or third most popular on my mini factory. And they do good ranges. You basically can just subscribe to Rescale for like 1 month and end up with an army. I've done it the 2 times they've done Skaven releases. It's possible I might have missed one, but I got like kind of berserker rats, and I got ones that are a bit more Clan Pestilensy, which is what these ones are. Not class, more like no, kind of, yeah. They're like the tumors are all mine, but they're very like robed and kind of scrunkly looking. This is like, this could maybe work. Yeah, I could. Oh yeah, I guess I could stick this color for the rope at the very least, and then maybe switch to a different color for the woods, for the leather and wood. I always feel like I don't have a proper like series of leather colors. It's always really weird because I keep buying browns, but I just keep getting just more and more. Just like, this is a dark brown. This is a different dark brown. Maybe I just gotta like do a little bit more leather research. You know, Vtuber is so good. I need to see. Oh yeah, I guess we're getting. Oh shit! Also ad break too. Fuck. Well, let's hit up that ad break before I get lost in a tangent. So BRB. Wah. Best luck with the big serpent, yo. Oh shit, we back. Let's go. Wow. Welcome back, everyone. I was doing a little bit like I'm at that stage where I'm like, attached to base? Question mark? No, not definitely not yet. Definitely not yet. But I'm getting kind of close there to a couple of these. So because I think it's also gonna help me. Like I guess the paint has been so thin that like I've been kind of rubbing it off a little bit. So these also might be good examples of getting them on the base soonish. So I could start planning for that, which would give me a little bit more leeway for some things. But yeah, I also like it's just so funny. It's like yeah. Trying to emulate like Brown and Bloom shooters is actually like technically good for what we're wanting to do. It's like I can't believe like do you think we're ever gonna reach a point where people are nostalgic for that look? I guess for like there's gonna be like Brown and Bloom purposeful piss filter video games is kind of like a nostalgic throwback. Because that's inherently the thing where it's like a lot of technicalities, like not technical, a lot of faults with art kind of become the like people are nostalgic for like VHS distortion, which at the time you're like, man, my VHS tape is all fucked up looking. Man, I can't see this movie that I wanted to see and the quality I wanted to see. This looks like shit. And now that like everybody is just like adding that to like spooky movies and stuff because it's aesthetic. That's just kind of like a funny little quirk of the way culture works for sure. It's like, no. This movie needs to look bad, like distorted and fucked up for atmosphere reasons, and not just because like we have like a really crappy camcorder. Also, dirt. True. And that's why when I do my 50-cent Blood on the Sand stream, it's funny how I'm at the point in my life that I'm like that might actually be fun. I'm not gonna lie. I can't imagine that game is any good, but I have to imagine like. I guess the thing that's for me is like I don't know how sincere that game is. Like I can't imagine that they were doing it entirely seriously, but I think like we would like it'd definitely be taking the piss out of it in a way that like I don't know, like we'd be laughing at it, not with it maybe. And I assume that the game assumed that you'd be laughing with it a couple times. It was just like yeah, fucking like over in Iraq, you got like 50 Cent who is now. Yeah, I mean he's still in he's Balrog, so like he's doing. Is that good? That's a weird thing to think, but it's like, is being in a Street Fighter movie at his age? I guess that's good. I guess that's like a reasonable career, like not pivot. I assume he's done other things since that. That's just my only concept of what he's up to. You're gonna be shocked to find out that I don't keep up with 50 Cent very often. I know I'm slacking. I'm a poor member of G Unit. That stuff used to annoy the shit out of me, but that's just because I grew up in a rural town, and that was like the hottest music at the time, and I was a fucking nerd. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. There's a first game. I know that the first game is just like very infamously bad. Like bad in I don't think like a fun way. Bad is in like a miserable. Like I know. I think that was actually an X-Play bit, or maybe like another video game review thing where it was like one of the missions was go into a laundromat, like do a bunch of bullshit and leave the laundromat and like nothing really happened, as in like you could have just skipped this entire segment and like really nothing with the flow of the game or the story or anything would really change. To be fair, hating Diddy full time is a very noble occupation, which is very funny. But yeah, like that one, I there's gotta be at least like definitely a streamer, if not a VTuber, that just plays like PlayStation 2 era slot. No, that's Colleen channel. That's her. She just plays a lot more like so Colleen's a member of Retro Mantique, and I think it's Retro. Something like that. It's like a retro VTuber Girls Coalition thing. But like a lot of them are playing like this is like a good SNES game. She's always playing like it's like this is Blorsk Brothers. It was released in PAL regions only by a company called like Blimbo. And it's clearly made with like the least amount of budget you've ever seen in anything. And it's like, oh, okay. Like it's like you can forget how bad games can be. Like I think in like nowadays, like the worst game a lot of Zoomers have ever played is not like very, very like minor compared to some of the trash that exists out there. Like that's the thing I wonder. Like, do you think he knew? I mean, on one hand, it sounded like there was a lot of open secret stuff with like, especially like the whole like Tupac and Biggie murders. So like he might have been hating from that, where it's like I know kind of like I know what you did, and I'm not gonna like suck your dick like everyone else is. Metaphorically suck dick, I mean. Which would still, I think that's still, you know, that's still a pretty noble thing on 50 Cent's part. And then later he finds out everything else is like, oh shit, I gotta double up my hatred. He's even worse. A little more assorted gooch nonsense. Go. Did all that shit, yeah. Yeah, probably. Because like I have to imagine if you're in like that industry, it's just like you hear shit. You're probably like vaguely aware of shit. Even if there's like not much you can like. I'm not saying like why didn't he stop anything? I don't think he could have. I just mean more. It's just like, you know, like the general public is probably not going to hear some shit that like you would find out if you're like actually working in music. She's like, oh damn, he's a bastard. You kind of want to glue this guy to a base. Luckily, it doesn't seem like this guy in particular has a lot of like secret gooch treasure I got to worry about. There's like a couple little angles around here that I definitely want to get done. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, that's like one of those things too, where it's like, you know, a lot of times, like as an adult, I can be like, yeah, when you're like a rapper like that, you're probably just also a dork, but like a lot of it is just like not that there weren't like legitimately like hardcore rappers, but like you know, a lot of times if you were like a legitimate like street guy, that was just kind of your thing. Like a lot of these people would hang out with crews like that. Sometimes for like legitimately reasons, but yeah, it's like, you know, it's like at the end of the day, he's like, oh yeah, I'm 50 Cent on stage, and here I am Jackson something? I legitimately don't know 50 Cent's name. I'm sorry. You're gonna be shocked to find out that I don't have like 50 Cent's name just like right off the dome. Crazy, huh? Oh, if I want to glue you to a base, just out of curiosity's sake. I gotta get some assorted gooch nonsense, but not as much as I would this. Okay, there we go. There we go. I think it's just because a lot of these paints are really, really thin. I kind of want to get them glued on there just so I have something to grip onto. I'm sure once more I will doom myself to my own specific brand of hubris, but still. Side bits. Oh, camera froze. Hold on a sec. Normally I just unplug it, plug it back in. That time I had to like wiggle, like not wiggle it. I had to like try to like blind feel for where that fucking USB port is. There. Curtis Jackson, thank you. There we go. It's like I knew it at one point. Yeah, no, but I remember like, I mean, I'm not listening to his music anytime soon, but God, I do remember when I was just like the like little dorky nerd boy in the middle of fucking like rural nowhere. During the height of all that, and I was just like, the third. Oh, so he's from a whole fucking line. Let's go. I just thought that'd be kind of cool to have like one of those like repeat names, but what? I don't know. Like I don't know if I ever have a kid, I don't think I could like in good conscience name them Hal the Second. Not like once again, not even though I think there's like a kind of fun bit to that, and like, you know. It's just a name, but like I don't know. I feel like I almost feel bad. Yeah, exactly. Funky basing powders. This one. Something roughly like that. There we go. At the very least, if I'm not done with them, if they're glued on their bases, then I can take them to game night. Which I don't know what the fuck we're playing this Sunday. So, because like what we ended up doing is like locally we're like, hey, this is going to be a longish campaign that's going to go on for like maybe like 6 months. Could you guys play a game every like 2 weeks or so that way you have at least 12 at the very end. And we're like, if you're feeling a little too spicy, like if you're getting too many games, then just make another warband. That'll spread things out. We got one guy who's already got 8 games split between 2 warbands. And I'm like, oh Jesus, oh fuck. Some people went fucking nuts. Mordheim in my scene just activated some people. It's 2 little bits. Oh, that's cool. Have you ever got to meet the any of the senior flatmate? Flatmate junior, and flatmate double junior. I guess flatmate junior, and flatmate the third. Gotta respect that. Hey, let's fucking go. Get a little bit up. Like just at level of rickety where I'm like, I gotta put some more on there. Turns out that like Skaven have like little wobbly little legs, which makes me a little worried for their support structure, but with enough with enough super glue and activator baking soda, anything can be possible. By anything I mean this motherfucker is not coming off. Oh, okay. So you just get a flatmate senior's mail then. Interesting. Right. Hey, there we go. Okay, so he's locked in. Question is, are you? Oh, he's got a lot of gooch material here already. Let's set this. Oh god, hold on, are we just hitting the king block on here? No, I'm gonna skip that. I have too many fucking king covers. That was just the style at the time. I think at some point though, I think YouTube just stopped serving me HoloLive like covers, and I just kind of stopped. What is it? The covers. Like the fucking guy from Magic Pendulum. God, I love that game. I still might play that during my birthday. I don't know. I've beaten Magic Pendulum twice on stream, and I'll fucking do it again. Oh Jesus, that's a fucking rough way to go. Well, he's still alive, but that's gonna be that's brutal. Oh, that's brutal. Oh yeah, I just did not get his gooch, like not even slightly, really. To be fair, I guess I was just trying to paint around the gooch, so I was like, this will be fine. Get the gooch pretty well, and then maybe get a little bit of the gooch on the other dude. Then I can go and something else I need to try too with the purple. Like there's a guy in my like local club's Discord that was like, hey, I painted this yellow and I used this like really cool, like really dark violet base, and it built up to like a really strikingly bright yellow. I know there's some like color theory bullshit in there. And I was like, oh damn. Like I know you can do that with like pinks and oranges and stuff. But it was like a really nice yellow. But I don't think I've ever really done bright yellow for any of my things. I usually do dingy yellow, which I mean, yeah. Hideous rats and whatnot. But like sometimes like when you see like a really like Imperial Fist as a faction do not interest me, but sometimes you just see like a nice bright fucking Imperial Fist and you're like, mwah, chef's kiss, beautiful. Look how yellow that fuck is. He's so fucking bright. Like that's nice. God, that's got a nice look to it. try a little bit. Otherwise, get the top bits. So yeah, I'm curious because like now that I've fallen behind, I wonder how much my warband's gonna get its shit exploded. It sounds like we've got like a really dangerous non-gunnery school kicking around. Which I think the way you like quote unquote counter those is you just hide more. I have, despite playing Skaven, I have not really hidden nearly as much as I should in Mordheim. It's just because like there's the bloodlust overtakes me. I want to hit things with my sensors. I want to hit it. So I can do maximum big fuck you damage with it. But that's probably eventually no longer going to be a viable tactic. Once everybody's rocking like full braces of pistols just ready to fucking explode my rats of Kingdom Come. Which is a shame because I want to save up for a fucking giant rat, so maybe if I just go bitch mode in a couple places and just like really creep around and just like, because there are weirdly some missions that like if you do it right, you can just kind of like stick to the shadows and not really fight, which I think is kind of nice actually though. Because that means that, like, if you're, like, a newbie player put up against, like, an advanced one, like somebody who's, like, way farther at you in experience, I guess, like, yeah, paid experience, maybe not game experience, you can be like, okay. If I, like, technically, like, throw the objective, but if I plan this right and maybe get, like, a couple of hits. If it's the one where it's, like, one army has to rout, you're fucked. I don't know if there's a real good way around that other than, like, you know, good dice rules and good strategic playing. How you doing, Icarus? Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How is Darktide? I assume you are playing Skitarii like a lot of the other nerds. How you doing? If you do not know me, I'm Halbernut the Mimic Elf, miniature painting VTuber of the Nurgle and Skaven variety. And today I'm painting Skaven. It's real. Skaven real. I'm working on various rats. They are not done yet, like at all. I'm trying to do a lot of the early base coding is kind of was really thin, so some you can see like little like unpainted bits have slid out. But yeah, it's guitar today. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. But yeah, no, I am deep in the rat mines and will continue to be. Actually, no, this is the last, like, once I get these guys done, this is the last of the rat mines it's gonna like force me to be in. And at that point it's just doing the rat ogre whenever, I guess like whenever the rat ogre feels like it's gonna happen, because like they're so expensive. They're so fucking expensive. Which is fine, they should be. They're a rat ogre. Oh god, yeah, I guess that, I mean, that's kind of like in-universe fair, where it's like, yeah, if you set fires to the rickety, like, dilapidated city, I have to imagine those are gonna spread like a motherfucker. But then it's like, but I'm in the wildfires, and then you just fucking just melt. Yeah, I was talking about how much I hate Skitarii. Skitarii more like, terrible. No, they're fine. If anything, I was just mentioning earlier that like I don't really get super excited for live service games, so like I wish I was more excited for Skitarii, but I'm glad other people are. Because I know a lot of people have been waiting for like FPS AdMet guy in their life. True. Yeah, if you burn all of Mordheim, then the Skaven just crawl out from the sewers and then they live their best life. Everyone wins, and by everyone I mean just Skaven. Okay, this guy's got a train wreck of a gooch. Everything down here is just nightmare and horrors. Okay, so that I mean that is very witch huntery behavior. So like if you got the right warband for that, that could be kind of fun. But yeah, no, that does sound like turbo hell for actually running like a game where people do interesting things other than arson. Which to be fair, arson's pretty cool, but like you know, you gotta have some variety. You gotta get some variety in there. So many fucked up angles on this guy. Ah, fuck. So many. We're getting there, though. We're getting there. Yeah, it'd be tricky. Like, I've not played enough Mordheim to know, like, what rules would really need to change. We've been doing the Nemo rules because I guess because they're really, at this point, they're just kind of the standard. The standard North American fun time party rules. I do want to go to Under the Dice Fest this year, though. Which will have the, I believe Nemo 2026, like the big event. I do want to go. Well, somebody is like might have a place for me to stay for that. That's always that's always my thing for cons, is I think they're neat, but I just don't have I don't have anyone to like place a crash at. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you got your system. Like it's worth experimenting for sure. There we go. You're like that. Oh yeah, well, okay. I can do the other half of these. The little name tag things I'm doing. Let me take a sip. I'm fucking thirsty today. Our son, not just the our son, but the our daughters and the our children. I slaughtered them all. No. What you gotta do, Lotta? You have to paint your cat to assert dominance. I'm sorry. That's the only way. You have to paint the cat. I feel like your house cat could take a nice dry brush, probably. I'm sure there'll be no consequences to that action whatsoever, though, but like, it'll be fine. Yeah, I'm assuming that the game plan for these is I'm gonna probably get them into like this. Glue them to the bases and then maybe start doing eventually. So here's the thing. I gave all them funky little names, but in my infinite hubris, the files have what model they belong to. Like, Scab 1 through 3 are just my chumpos, so that's not particularly difficult. But everybody else, I'm just like, like, who's Blistack? That might have been what I named my Plague Priest. Maybe. I don't fucking know. I'm gonna get all of it on my fucking hands. Yeah, like, I don't know. So I'm hoping I can eventually glue these to bases. Then I wanna do the worn copper thing, and then what I want to do on top of that is I want to eventually paint the text white, and then make it maybe do like a little glow of green. I think, and that'll make it pop out. Which is funny because a lot of people are just like writing like white text on a red white text on it. Weird mold line on there that I missed. It's fine. A lot of people are there doing like white text on the black rim of their bases. They'll just like Scab 3. One of my dudes actually got like a higher ballistic skill, which has made him a really good slinger. I guess you can't fully escape the sling. It's hard not to. That's kind of like the strength of Skaven, is your guys are shit and they're gonna die, but goddamn, you can throw so many rocks on the way out. The little magical little fucked up angle right here. Go, let that dry. While you're drying, do I want to do... This guy's actually like surprisingly close to like surprisingly far along. I guess it's just because he's like pretty simple. He doesn't have a lot of weird fucked up bullshit. He's pretty, you know, what do you need? What do you need for him? It's like, oh yeah. He's got armor. He's got sword. He's pretty feature complete as far as like details go. God, that would be, oh shit, you know what? I need to make that as like an injury marker or something where it's just like a tomb. It's just like a corpse with just like a bunch of rocks piled on top of him, but like pebble sized rocks. I need to do that. That'd be fun. That'd be great. Yeah. So also like maybe I'll do that on. I guess I don't have. I mean, I do have. Actually, no, I do have a bunch of little tiny rocks. The problem. Oh shit. Okay, that should be fine. I'm trying to print out some shit for Thursday's stream, like mostly like doors and windows. Like I got turn to the left and power blinded myself. There we go. Well, I have like itty bitty little like the little base, like this guy's like a little basing stone, which is what like a sling would kind of use anyway. But yeah, getting a bunch of doors, getting a bunch of like. I think if just like bend at the top is intentional. I think so. I could just print out like one corpse. I could just print out like one corpse and just cover it in like those the basing rocks I use. Maybe if that guy ever becomes a hero unit, because what like if you can promote sometimes, and like that would be a good thing. Like you've been promoted to lead slinger. It is your destiny now. Oh shit! I'm painting behind my head. I do have a decent amount. All these bases are from Zabavka. Because like, I looked at different ways to do Mordheim bases, and after a while, I was just like, you know what? I could just get me a couple, just like a couple little like pattern rock things, like just like nice little collections of stones. And that basically gets me there. Oh shit, I don't think I forgot the backside of the sword. Hold on. Like, not like entirely dried up. Now we get you. To let you dry a little bit. It's like stuff around like the... What am I talking about? It's like stuff around like here is where things are gonna get a little annoying. Not because I based him early, but just because like there's like the shield angle's just a little jank. How you doing, Casual Maker? Look, I'm painting rats. It's real. I really do be painting rats. I'm trying to get all the rats on bases first, so I can like have an easier time fucking around with them. This guy might be there. It's a base. Yeah, okay, I think this guy's good. So put top step and bottom step. Best procrastination. Hell yeah, let's go. I mean, that seems to be the thing of the day for a lot of people, so I get it. There we go. So how you doing, Temple Raider? How you doing? Hey, let's go. Which were you? I'm assuming you were undead. How did it go? I have not fought either of those yet. For some reason, my local groups. How you doing, Sam? You missed rats. Don't worry, rats are still happening. I've been fighting a lot of pit fighters. A lot of people seem to like pit fighters locally, and I don't know why. Actually overshot that a wee bit. And how you doing, Horror Loving? Nice. They do seem pretty cool, and I do have some Warcry teams that I think would actually be pretty good pit fighters. Yeah, my the guy who's like helping with the not helping, he's running the campaign. Was running vampires, and he won the first game, but his vampire died. A vampire to direwolf died in the injury rolls. It's like, damn, he basically had to just like, well, my warband is coming out back with the exact same models, and it's a thing when like a character in like a theoretical like D&D thing dies, and you just scratch off the name, and you're like, oh yeah, this is his cousin. Kind of the equivalent of that, which is just funny how that worked out. Me a ghoul, the direwolf. Oh yeah. I mean, heavy armor's what, like 50 gold? That's definitely worth it. I mean, direwolves are kind of expensive, right? I know ghouls are cheap. Oh, there. Oh, that's the. I'm sorry, sir. So sorry, Matthew. I won, but at what cost? There we go. All right, he's glued on now. With some Dort. That go on here. And what is your status? Your gooch? Mostly gooched. This is the one where I think like this base I thought was gonna have a lot more wiggle room. Actually, it's not so bad. Actually, if I take these two rocks down here and just like yank them the fuck out. Yank him the fuck out. Yeah, that's true. It is some crazy sometimes how much -3 armor will keep you alive in Trench Crusade, but yeah, it's not invincibility to be fair. Oh, I have to imagine, yeah. I'm excited to fight. So I fought Brett's for my first game. That went pretty alright. I fought Pit Fighters a couple times. Not Carnival Chaos, just the regular Possessed was my last warband that I fought. I had a really dumb game with orcs. So do you know it's like find the hide or whatever. It's basically the one where you investigate houses and you roll to see if one of them has treasure. It was regular Brett's. It was the whatever this like the kind of the default Brett warband is. I forget what grade it is. But I ended up exploring the house directly next to my army, and I rolled double 6s, so the treasure was just there. And turns out my Skaven can really scoot, so they just got that the fuck out. Like I was playing against orcs, and like the orc archers aren't terrible, but like I was pretty far away and pretty fast, and I had like good terrain to my advantage, and I had like a screening wall set out that like even if they caught up, I was kind of getting a good spot. Oh, gross! I'm so sorry about your questing night. It do be like that sometimes. Yeah, yeah. If you lose that's something that has thrown me off. That it took me. It's like the fact that your leader, if it dies, you just can't buy another leader unless you're like a couple of different like. I keep looking at the what's it called? The fucking the Possessed, and it's like, oh, if your Magister dies, not only do you lose your leader, you just no longer get magic. I'm sure there's a book you could buy to give like somebody magic. I'm like, fuck, that's fucking brutal. Like I know some groups let you. So what happens is like, you can only ever have one leader model, right? And when your leader dies, another model like gets transferred that leadership role, which means you can't like buy a leader back, which can like really fuck your shit up. Sip. Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting for the day where I gotta be like, oh, my poor plague priest is gonna explode. I've been generally keeping his ass out of trouble though, so nothing too bad has happened to me yet. I just gotta watch out. I gotta be canny. Gotta be real Skaven crafty with that motherfucker, because if not, I'm doomed. Let's see. All right, let's go. A little bit, touch up some stuff. Actually, this might not be a bad time for me to go. Oh, actually, that's okay. I want to go back and do some purple, but like that's fucking obvious. I'm like, so what the fuck is like? Okay, oh, it's like bone and skin. Oh, yeah, I guess I gotta do bone in a couple of spots. I thought that's baked in. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me see what the fuck the Mordheimer says. That might have been something that was added later to deal with it. Rules. Armory. Missile weapons. Sling. Yeah, if the model fires twice, each has -1 to hit. Okay, that's canon. Okay. Yeah. It's... I don't know you need a hard... Because at that point, you're basically hitting on 5s, maybe, if you're lucky. And that kind of does self-correct a little bit, but like I could also see, you know, like the NAM flashbacks means that somebody's gonna be like, yeah, no. The shit's not gonna make it. Yeah, I want to do like a brown base. So like I did get the proacral bone. And I want to find like a good brown to overlay over it. Oh, if I heard like a million kings. Sorry. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's kind of what we happened when we did ours. We're like, okay, we're doing the Nemo rules packet. We're doing what's it called? We're doing the Nemo rules packet. We are doing like up to warbands A through C, 1A through 1C in core. Yeah, let me see. Let's see. I got like a dark green brown. I got drab brown. Actually, let me try this. Let me try the dark orange brown, which I guess I've had for a while. That'd be a good bone undercoat, I think. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. But yeah, because like I mean, you know, Mordheim is a fun game, but like you know, it's such a fucking like. There's a lot of things mechanically that I don't like, and a lot of it really comes down to this game was made in 1999. Like every time I'm like, why did they make this choice? Why did they put this rule here? Why do clubs and staves have separate entries? Like they're mechanically identical. Why are they and like the answer always comes down to this is made by Games Workshop in 1999, and you're like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, it do be like that. Which is just every now and then, because it's like Trench Crusade very much is like the spiritual successor to Mordheim. And there's a lot of rules in that are really smart and put together well. And I come to miss them. Like the whole like, hey, I really dislike the fact that money is tied to leaders, because that means your average warband is like pre-built. And I know that makes some things like, you know, oh, I'm a new player. I've never played. What do I do? You could just be like, oh, okay, just buy all your heroes, and then honestly, maybe just give everybody like a club and a dagger if you can, and that's it. Like, you know, other warbands will have like season of taste, but like I could give that instruction to someone playing orcs, and they can like get an orc warband going. But that also means that after a while, you're like, I guess I can build the same orc warband, or I can suck shit and die. All right. All right. Also curious, like, yeah, this color's looking pretty. So, like, I am what's it called? I do have, like, I think I mentioned before I wanted to do some Space Wolves, like the 13th Company Space Wolves, but we ended up making that like Chaos, the Charnel Hounds, the Chaos derived, I mean the Space Wolf derived Chaos Warband, and I was like, oh, that'd be fun to actually paint them up like that. So, like, I'm trying to figure out what would be, like, a very good, like, bone color for their armor. So I think if I use this, like, orange-brown, and then I dry brush it with the bone color, I think it's gonna give me some spice. Or some kind of, like, worn bone. There you go. It might make them look a little too similar to the Rust Vultures, I guess, though. We'll find out. We'll find out. There you go. I guess I can always paint this bone different from the other bone. Get the similar club weapon. I'm actually like really glad that the fucking like OPR Plague Sling ended up fitting pretty well with all these. I was a little worried. It's like, oh, this is probably not going to work. I mean, it's going to like the arm look too big. How you doing, Huggy? Thank you. Give me a quick sec. Yeah, I've honestly really needed to. I've been like, voice has been a little scratchy. Hope I'm not ill. I don't think I should be. I don't know. Yeah, hopefully you're doing well. I am. I feel like I've basically been in the Mordheim mines like the last 2 months, maybe. You know, it's as games come and go, and like my thing I'm doing. Yeah, I got the. I mean, I do got. I mean, I will eventually this weekend be doing like brand new Space Marines. It's also been kind of fun because like I have a bunch of extra Primaris bodies, and I'm like, you know, with 3D printing, I can just kind of get like a cool kit without needing to spend like a crazy amount. So like I have this guy that I just at some point picked up from a local shop. He was for a project that didn't end up working. So if you're like, wow, he got no arms. Well, I'm like, okay, 3D print him in a jump pack, 3D print him a claw, like a power fist, 3D print him a plasma pistol, and this could all be from the Grey Tide Studios box. New helmet, and then maybe some orc bits. I'm like, damn, all right, we got a captain with jump pack. Wow, you can do anything if you believe. And no kit bashing bullshit. So I've been doing that as like a fun way to recontextualize some, because like the big thing I'm thinking is like, I have the Infractor Squad from Leviathan. You gotta get those. You can't not get the, I mean, they're probably gonna be spicy as hell. I feel like turbo noodles have to be spicy, right? Like I can't imagine what else turbo noodles would imply other than just like crazy high octane spice. Well, you have to try them. You know you do, right? It doesn't have to be tonight. You've already had your various treats, but you do have to try them. I'm sorry, it's legally you have to. I haven't had Chinese in a hot minute. That sounds. The weird thing is because a lot of what I eat is like stir fry anyway. I basically get like weak watered down Chinese. Oh, I could fuck up a plate of General Tso's right now though. Oh, that sounds good. Though I do need to try. There's a like Chinese place near me that's like pretty close to where I live now, and they got like, you know, it's one of those like Szechuan places. It's like a million types of like, this is oil and chilies, which I like both of those. I need to actually like go there and visit. I have to be careful though, because sometimes oil and chilies means delicious flavor with some heat, and sometimes it means burning magma death. So we'll find out which. We'll find out which. Yeah, they do have like a little Asian mart next to it though, which is nice though. Which now I don't have to order rice on Amazon. I can just get my rice there, and I can get like slightly nicer rice. I haven't quite done the thing. I was talking to someone during MagFest, and they were like, "Yeah, I'm somebody who eats rice every day, and like I'm like rice is good." And they were like, "I not like strong opinions on rice, but it's like, oh, they have like brand like regional favorites." I'm like, "Oh damn, I don't love rice at all, not even close." You have witch hazel. I don't really get that. I just melt. Also, how you doing, Jay? Supremely nice. And how you doing, Shark? Right? And how you doing? How you doing, Mix? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing all the hero. Let's see. This is probably better than. I'm doing all the hero units for Clan Pestilens. So these are my 2 plague monks. Instead of sensors, they got like these like fucky plague whips with like the little plague ends. And then I got these 2 dorks. These are for my Plague Acolytes, who are my also hero units, but still kind of chumpos. Got the big 300. Let's go. They need money. The Fire Ants Department. The Finance Department. Yeah, that's fine. That's a solid C. How you doing? How you doing, nerds? I'm like pretty early and get this guy done. Yeah. Oh my god. I got really lucky in the last game. I got 1 Plague Monk with weapon skill 5 and the other Plague Monk with 2 attacks. It was really silly because I injured, like I knocked out one of my opponent's dudes, and then I whiffed on the sensor roll. So you basically have a chance to like accidentally poison yourself, and I did. And I was really lucky that he got animosity for the enemy warband. And I was like, oh, A, that could have went way worse, and B, that's really funny because the enemy warband didn't kill you. You killed you. But you know, they're Skaven. They don't have like, you know, fair cause and effect and whatnot. That was fun. Big goober hours for sure. This guy's also not done yet. I don't have the money for him, but I also got, this is gonna be my rat ogre. He got the big tumor fist, as one does. You ever have the most cancer, the winningest cancer? He does. They do. It's been the campaign has been good so far, but some people are getting really excited, so they're playing like a crazy amount of games. We were expecting this to be way slower. So well, I'll find out. I had a good run. But yeah, I was a little worried about doing Eshin though because of the reputation. So I mean I also like Pestilens more than Eshin. I'm sorry. Ninja rats are cool, but like plague rats are just so much cooler. I'm biased because I like horrible, hideous things, but still. But yeah. I did not want to I wanted to play rats, but I wanted all my friends to not hate me. So like I'm playing this, and I only can have what's it called? I can only have half my warband with slings, which it's fair. I mostly put slings on my plague acolytes anyway. So if I, oh god, that's a crazy bump. They really are, yeah. I think somewhere on my rotator, I guess I could. No, I was gonna say like the last thing I painted and filmed were my Mordheim orcs. I've been my area's been playing a lot of Mordheim, which is why I've been like hyper focused on it. But it's been fun. It's been fun. Yeah, I'm just trying to like lay low and try not to get any of my dudes major. I am like really close to hitting my warband cap. I'm at like 14 rats out of 15 because you get like less rats for Pestilens. So I'm just keeping all my giant rats, which are technically a detriment because they don't get experience. I do have the rat familiar though. The rat familiar is beautiful. You can make one of your rats a magic rat that gains experience. And it also empowers your sorcerer if it's nearby, which is just fucking delightful. It was great. I tried to cast Naldum in a game and he was nearby and I failed. So I re-rolled and I failed. And then I wept. I wept salty bitch tears. And then my caster didn't do anything. Naldum is such a fun spell. If it succeeds, you do 2d6 strength 1 hits. Which is just really fucking goofy. Like, you're basically only really wound on 6s. But like, it's still fun. It's still neat. Yeah, the Mordheim spells are pretty legit. I've been looking because I'm also kind of want to do a Cult of Possess too, and it's like there's some cool spells, but man, if your Magister dies, you just don't have a magic. You just don't have spells anymore. I guess you could probably wait until you try to like unearth a magic tome, and just I guess at that point you could. Well, you can't really give a possessed. I don't know if you can give a possessed that. That would be fun though. Oh hell yeah, let's go. Yeah, if you get 6 failed promotions, you get 1 auto. So yeah, if you time it right, which it sounds like you're doing, yeah, you can get an elite shrine anchorite. And let me tell you, buddy. Ooh, it's pure sex. It's gonna be so great. It's so good. You know what's really fun about doing that is giving them skills that improve ranged attacks. Everybody hates fighting off against a Shrine Anchorite with +1 to ranged. +2 will really fucking ruin their day. It's great. It's fun. Sound like fucking Betty. Like, it's so evil. It's good because it's so bad. It legitimately feels like that. I really haven't looked at the dwarf warbands too much. It's really easy for me just to, during like a lunch break, just pull up new Mordheimer and be like, well, actually, technically I have minis for these. I can make this works. I can make this work. Like I'm building orcs because I have cruel boys. Which I do have a picture of those. Hold on, I'm gonna go to the there we go. There we go. Yeah, that's them. It's my orc boys. Oh, this scene is amazing. I still need to buy that fucking wizard shirt. One of these days, I'll get the fucking Enna wizard shirt. Yeah, I've mostly moved away from streaking grime to other enamels, but I will say on the cruel boys, streaking grime is really good. Really, really, really nice. All right, we gotta see the front of the wizard, so I can go back here. We got that. There. Again, there. God, there's so many. Like, I'm at like a pretty good stage right now, but I'm definitely at the like, oh, every little bit of white just like feels hideous on this guy. So I'm trying to cap that off. But yeah, like despite its many flaws, I will say Mordheim is really fun, and like I'm very lucky that I'm playing at a place that has like a lot of terrain for it. Though I am going to be making some terrain on Thursday. We'll see how that turns out. What's really funny is like, so when I got I mentioned I got like a side light right now. You can kind of see where it's like there's a little bit of shadow wonkiness, but it's not crazy bad. Like it came in some really good boxes that are going to be like nice for buildings. Like I'm gonna be doing that thing where I use like not insulation foam core, because you can make a foam core template and you can like slice the one part of the paper part of the foam core and like use it to bend hinges, which you can then just stick what's it called? Oh yeah, you can stick just like balsa wood chunks for supports. Like that's not too hard to do. But then like some of the packaging I got really recently is that's there's a YouTube channel called Devs and Dice, who is like at some point I think he was more like a generalist, like I make terrain for like TRPGs, but then he got like real big into Mordheim and mostly just does Mordheim tutorials. And yeah, like that's sort of like his go-to, and it's like probably what's going to be like good for like what I'm going to be doing. Like I do have some cardboard and stuff. I probably will be making some cardboard buildings, but you know, cardboard, like if it gets like moist, it warps. So like glue stuff, you have to be really careful with. Yeah, I did get a new glue gun. So I'll be blasting hot glue on stream. There we go. I was trying to do a hot glue joke and I fucked it up. Also, Princess Axolotl. Oh, I'm sorry if you fall after that. But yeah, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the workshop. How you doing? I am painting some Skaven for Mordheim, and then I will be working on Mordheim terrain on Thursday. It's been a very Mordheim era of my life, and I've been totally okay with it actually. Once again, it's been fun. I really like my local group too. My local group is very nice. Hey, how you doing? Oh god, yeah. I've never seen people do like custom infinity terrain. I'm also super far away. Oh shit, what kind of pizza you getting? I'm doing really good. I am working on my Skaven, and they've been turning out pretty legit. A lot of them need quite a bit of extra detail going on, but we're getting there. I'm getting to a point where like I could field this, but I don't want to. I would not feel good feeling this guy, but I could. It's about milliseconds this time. Soon. Eventually the mosquitoes will get me. I also look into the last place I lived in did have like a lot more bugs during the summer, which this place doesn't. There's some like gnats around here, but it's like not nearly as bad as some of the other ones. So like the more I live here, outside of like occasional quirks, I do think that this is weirdly like a life improvement overall, which has been nice. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, guys. Oh, fuck yeah, let's go. Yeah, if you need any like tips or anything, let me know. Or like what if you like painting or paints to get, or like where to get models from, like board gaming strats, stuff like that. I will fully admit that like I play older editions of 40k though, so like if you're like, well, it would be good in the 11th edition, I don't know, but general painting stuff I could definitely help for sure. That's assuming you even give a shit about 11th edition, but you know, a lot of people do, and I will be painting some stuff for it, so that'll be fun. My beautiful custom homebrew chapter, which will get done at some point. I've been really using like those, like the Beast Arm has these like really chunky trench shields. I'm like, I know orcs aren't really known for shields, but they do look pretty orky if you like dress them up right. So I'm going to be using those for like a lot of bullshit, which makes me very happy. But I need to print out like 1 million more of them for that reason. Arm now. Here we go. Fucking head. Let's go. Hey, I mean, legitimately, like, I got back into wargaming in like 2024. Like, I've been painting a lot before. Honestly, I like, the painting is the real fun part. I'm gonna be real. I enjoy the fuck out of the painting part, which is why, like, it's so good. It's so good. Oh, yeah, I guess it's kind of hard to also find, like, people who do, like, like, the model train, the Mordheim crossover, I have to imagine is pretty high, but, like, the model train to, like, Infinity or Necromunda, like, there's probably some skill crossover. There always generally is in my experience, but yeah, they're probably a bit less so. I mean, like, there we go. Once I zoom in this close, it kind of gets a little wonky. Go, man. From there. Yeah, I do. I do like the brutal city stuff, but also I think brutalism buildings look neat, and they do inherently look pretty good as terrain. When you're like, man, the world of 40K is a shithole. But you know what makes a shithole look real good? Brutal concrete. You just see Marines just rolling up next to these like brutalism buildings, and you're like, oh yeah, no, this feels right. This is rope, and the bit of top of that is actually. Touch that up a smidgen. Get a little bit on the. You got like a little. Oh, you do have a little skull bundle. Okay. Yeah, I think the problem is every time I've looked at one of their stuff, like it's like, I feel like the shipping was pretty high. Oh, okay. Reaper's not bad, especially if you're like wanting just to like fuck around and like get into stuff. It's been a while since I bought anything from Reaper, but their bones lines are pretty affordable. They are a little rubbery unless they've changed the formula significantly. I also feel legally obligated to shill my wonderful sponsor, Collectible Squids. It's not a serious thing. Squids is a nice guy. I look for stupid ways to shill him because it's fun for me personally. But yeah, you can also, like, if you're just looking to paint stuff, a lot of people on Etsy will have pretty good, like, you know, get a couple just like random D&D figures. Those usually go pretty cheap. If you know someone with a 3D printer, it's super good. Also, very sorry about this, everyone. Looks like it's time for ad break. So BRB. Also want to like get some water because I'm getting thirsty. Ugh. True. Ah, I've returned. Yeah, all right. Some other ideas for if you're looking for minis. Yeah, Conquest. Like, I mean, The bigger models can kind of get closer to G-Dub's prices, but you can also buy like a unit of like 12 infantry dudes that are pretty big for like $40, which is not a bad deal in this economy. Yeah, the Victrix bag of historicals, like if you just want like a bunch of historicals, look at Victrix. You can just get like a ton of dudes. The Star Wars starter boxes are really, really good too. Turnip 28's really cool. I don't know if I'd recommend Turnip necessarily as a first game, but actually I would strongly actually take a look at Turnip. If you don't, if like, you would definitely need to like figure out how to source the models. But like you could just use like some historical kits, and you'll pretty much get like a lot of that done anyway. So now that these guys have like baking soda lock bases, I'm gonna add a little bit of dirt color to them. I guess the question is which even might like. Is there anything you're interested in painting? Like what is there a thing you're like I would like to paint like. And it doesn't have to be real, like it could be like, oh, I like X type of fantasy creature, or like I like painting like the idea of maybe painting like a horde of dudes, or like you're like I like monsters, like want some like fantasy hero kind of guys. Like you got a bunch of options, luckily. Like yeah, like BattleTech is pretty cheap. I don't know if I'd recommend War Machine these days, just because they're not really sold in stores and it's kind of like weird to get a hold of, but potentially an option. Won't rule it out. Trench Crusade's really, really fun. Yeah, and you can use Trench Crusade and Turnip 20 are both nice games because they are. So like if you're playing like Warhammer, they generally assume that you're playing with Warhammer branded minis. True. Once again, I'll forever hold the eternal grudge because they took my lads behind the shed. Some other ones. So what's other? Let's see. Really like Necromancer Witch. Oh, okay. Yeah, if you want like Necromancer stuff, you got a fucking ton of options. Actually, I will say that going back to Conquest, they do have a really cool like undead Roman army, which is pretty neat. Also, like Mordheim wouldn't be bad either, but like for Mordheim, you could use Reaper minis. Some other ones that have like some good like Necromancer Witch undead things. Malifaux's got some cool shit too, actually. Actually, hold on. If you like undead and cool witches and stuff, hold on. Let me link you to the info on Malifaux Resurrectionist. That might potentially be your jam. Malifaux's a cool game. It's kind of hard to find players for, but you could also use them for like Mordheim or other things. So yeah, that might be a way to go. Generally, the boxes that are like it kind of has like a starter box. It's mostly you pick like a master, which is like a named character in the lore, and they're like kind of little retinue. And if you keep picking things that have the same retinue keyword, there's a Jack the Ripper equivalent called Seamus. I forget if he has like the red chapel killer in this one. It's subtlety. But what's it called? So you could just keep getting things with the red chapel tag, which would just let you build a full warband if you really, really wanted. Or you could still generally take everything within the Resur sub-faction, kind of sort of run them together. I'm getting really into Weeds or Wargaming. Malifaux is still relatively cheap though. You get like a nice little core of stuff. So luckily, if you like undead things and witches and stuff, you are going to be drowning in options. You're like, I would like to paint stuff, and we're like, here's every game ever made. But like, war games are fun, and this is you've activated my like autism trap card. Like this is what I talk about. But yeah, that should hopefully those million suggestions should get you started in any one particular direction. Oh yeah. There's a Mali warband that has like a variant like that where like straight up you get like skeleton pirates. I got that somewhere in my house. I have not finished those at all. I need to do that. I need to get those pirates done at some point in my life. What am I looking for? Oh yeah, I'm looking for like maybe mahogany. There we go. I want to do like a couple like leather pouches and some bullshit. Hold on. Or I do some leather pouches, some bullshit. This guy's got a big old pack of skulls and ropes I gotta do. I'll do that before I get too lost in the weeds. Yeah, at that point, yeah, pretty much Plomo. And I mean, there is a new Gundam Minis game. I don't know how good it is, but I also just like, it's a cool game from what I understand, but I'm very much someone who does a lot of like, I like my dudes and kit bashing, and I don't think the Gundam universe is like, not impossible for that. Just very difficult to the point of like, I don't, the effort I put in is probably not going to get me the results I want. Plus, I will feel like a fucking filthy secondary until I watch more Gundam, so, eh. I have that fun curse where people are like, "Hal, you don't need to watch every Gundam in order," but I'm like, "No, you don't understand. I have to," and then I just don't. It's a very specific brain disease that I got. Got the sending out crazy amount. Oh yeah, Fresh Gift is a lot of stuff too. Yeah, I mean, luckily for you, basically every war game ever made. No, you don't understand. I can't be service level. Basically every war game ever made has an undead faction to some degree. So if your baseline is, I think necromancy is cool, you're in a good spot. You got a flavor of necromancy or necromancy accessories in every game. Every fucking game. Oh, nice. That would be pretty sick, actually. That'll be really, really sick. Yeah, you will be eating good. And the same way that like my preferred thing to paint are hideous mutant freaks, and like not every game has that, but a lot of them do. Like I once again, I can't complain. I got all the good choices. I got all the good choices for hideous mutant freaks in all my war games. Figure out what color I want to paint here. I guess I need to go ahead and get the little skull bits. Hold on. Oh fuck! I see what I did. I painted the rope the skull color. That's fine. Better than I would like. That's fine. Conflict doesn't have an undead faction yet. I thought didn't the bugs kind of have like a not quite undead but like a similar enough vibe that like if I wanted to go bugs I wouldn't be too out of pocket. See, I never really got into Hero Forge, but like it seems neat. I don't know. I like kit bashing, so I just haven't really thought of a good use for it yet. I know a lot of my D&D friends are really, really big into it, though. Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, a lot of war games at a very primordial level have everything that, like, I'm 12 and I think this is the raddest shit ever. Like, I mean, that's what Warhammer is at the end of the day. Like, you know, I like that a lot of stuff in Warhammer tries to take itself seriously, and I love, like, I think the universe is cool, and I think you can tell like serious stories and have like neat character moments and stuff like that. But you know, at the end of the day, it is just like two 12-year-olds banging figures together. Like my robot zombies are gonna beat they're gonna beat your super soldiers. No, my super soldier got like magic. My guys My guys are like really big bugs, and they're immune to all poisons. You can't poison any of my bugs. Oh, like that's a lot of Warhammer. I kind of love it for that. How you doing, Lord of Bones? How you doing? Yeah. I got a force field. I got a anti-force field. Force field. That's like, you know, that's not even like that on, like, you know. Yeah, you can get a Rosarius, you can get a psi dampening field, you can get a refractor field. I guess Rosarius do have a refractor field built in. Like, there are different layers of force fields in the game and in the lore. It's very fun. It's very, very fun. Very, very nice. My wizard cast Well, your wizard, my guy. My guy, he's got an anti-soul. His soul's all fucked up, so nuh-uh, your magic doesn't work on him. Nuh-uh. Yeah, he's got a nuh-uh soul. It's like that's technically real lore, just told incredibly stupidly. Oh yeah, Ixalan is definitely like that too. It's a 12-year-old's dream, but also conquistador vampires, which A, no 12-year-old would ever invent, and B, fucking rock. I fucking love the conquistador vampires. To the point where like yeah, you got like dinosaurs and pirates and whatnot, but it's like, god damn, those conquistador vampires are so fucking cool. Like, they did that popularity contest, and I think Wizards was hoping everybody was like, no, the dinos are the cool part of Ixalan, and you're like, no. I'm sorry, guilt-ridden Catholic vampire conquistadors. Fuck too hard. What are you talking about? Oh, yeah. You know, my robot is immune to poison because he's a robot. How you doing, Sola? How you doing? How you doing? I am painting rats, so you're condemned to the painting pits. I'm sorry. You gotta. This night, hey, let's go. I do enjoy that you have a steady stream of nights at all times. It's like the quest never ends, but it's also like what's the best way to say it? Like you have like a very comfy painting rhythm where it's like, yeah, there's a new night waiting for me, but I got a bunch of nights done, and it's like, oh man, that's such a peaceful way to handle working through a backlog. Rat conquistadors, that's gotta exist. There's a lot of people doing like weird Skaven bullshit at all times. I was like, no, on times infinity. I mean, that's basically well, not basically. I was gonna say it's not quite, but like the spirit is kind of there with space gets a little bit. The hands are really annoying that I'm gonna have to like probably go back in later and like, because the details are so small. I'm trying at this distance, I can't really actively see the differentiation in the materials, so I'm just gonna try to get all I can the best I can. Oh, that's fucked up. I wonder if that's like one of those things where someone just like, fuck it, we're closing early. Who gives a shit? Because that definitely feels like a fuck it, we're closing early scenario. Definitely feels like one of those for sure. I'll just do one of those like the history, like the entire history of the world, but just done entirely through rats. Oh shit, that's a good idea actually. Oh, that's sick. Yeah, I guess like loose Dark Angels. Like also too, recently somebody near me just like pulled out a unfinished but still like mostly assembled like metal Dark. Like they had like a metal Azrael and a bunch of stuff. I was like, hot damn, nice. I don't know if they're going to try selling that or not, but like, not that I'm going to buy it. No, God, no, I can't. But like, we're trying to be like, no, you shouldn't sell it. You should play with us. You should play with us. Yes, good, yes. Yes. So you can grab a drink. I have to imagine that there's like, there's so many like novelty card-based, like games. I have to imagine that there's one thing like there has to be like a Munchkin kid's imagination where it's just like typical Munchkin rules, but it is just stuff like that. Like all the negates are like nuh-uh, or like you're grounded or whatever. That has to exist. These guys on a base, I can give all the weird fleshy tumor bits another coat. Well, actually, hold on. I should start doing the tops of these first. Get too lost in the sauce. Nope. Because I'm gonna eventually have to like recover this anyway. Never gonna end. Oh shit. Well, I hope it goes well. I don't know what exactly goes down in one of those, but yeah, I've done that before too. There's legitimately a pizza joint within like 5 minutes of me, but there was a day I'm like, I don't want to put on pants. I mean, I wear pajama pants. I just don't want to go out in pajama pants. Exactly. It's like they seem neat. Alex Rider great. Apparently, there's a guy named Mads Minis who I've gotten some minis from, some STLs for rats. Is apparently going to be doing a dedicated Skitari rat line. I'm curious what those are going to look like. I've used a couple of his rats for my warbands before, so they're like pretty decent. Like he previously did like Rat Krieg and Rat like Nurgle stuff, which is pretty legit. Welcome back, 14. How you doing? The rats are still rats. Turns out, big if true. But yeah, I'm at the point where it's like it's tripping really bad, but in a way that I don't entirely mind. It's because this already had a little. Oh yeah, there we go. The paint I was already using kind of mixed in. I just accidentally wet blended, which looks good, but I'm going to be doing a bunch of other bullshit to this later, so the wet blending is not as spicy as I'd like. I put the Skitter and Skitari, hell yeah. Shocked, I know, right? Yeah, exactly. So like, and eventually what I'm going to do, there's a glue technique where you basically use super glue to seal it in, and then you cover it with a speed paint, and then use alcohol to reactivate the speed paint, which I have not gotten the technique perfectly down yet. It's supposed to look kind of like veins. I've never got the right thickness down to it though. So every time I do it, it just ends up crusting. Like it almost looks like blisters, which I actually also really like. So I'm gonna keep doing that, and eventually I'll get the bulbs with veins. But if I don't, I'll just get really fucked up like blister stuff. On my Instagram, if you check out the second newest model is the leaders of this ward band, and that's what I've done with their blisters. There's two different ways you can do it. There are some people that will just like purposely put some color on there and then wet a brush and kind of feather it out. There's also people who do two brush blending, where they'll like have a little bit of wet paint on each brush, do one with one brush, and then swap to the other brush and kind of smooth it. There's a lot of different ways you could do wet blending, honestly. There's infinite permutations for sure. And then there's also like glazing if you just want to just do like thin layers kind of just done forever, which still gets you like pretty good results, mind you. It's just very, very tedious, but it gives you a lot of control. That is the nice thing about mini painting, is that there's like a million ways to do the same thing with slightly different results. Where sometimes it's just a preference of like what's most comfortable for you to do, or what do you find the most fun in. If you are though, I will say, since you're new, look up. Also, this looks like a dry, very, very dark already. Holy shit. Familiarize yourself with wet blending. Not wet blend. Sorry, dry brushing. Goddamn. Totally opposite technique. Dry brushing is life, and dry brushing is love, and you will use it for a lot of things. I would recommend getting instead of dry brushing onto like a paper towel, get you like, you can technically get a print or buy like little like things with textures on it for testing. You can also just glue a bunch of shit to a piece of cardboard. A lot of people do that. And that is like the freest stuff. Or you could use like old sprues for that. Just glue a bunch of old sprues to cardboard. It gives you some result. Yeah, I dry brush a lot myself. It's so good. It's so good. For context, all the bases are dry brush, where it's like I painted it gray and brown, and I dry brushed a very light gray on top of it. So yeah, that's a good one to kind of like, if you're like, I don't know if you're like I'm gonna go on YouTube and research painting techniques, but if you are, not a bad choice. Fuck, that's still wet. Okay, let dry a bit. I like this. This is like a brown gold yellow, which is why it dries significantly darker. It's been a bit since I've used it though, so I forgot just exactly how much darker it dries. I will just keep layering it though, and like adding eventually brighter yellows and whatnot. Oh yeah, there's people that like paint primarily with dry brush, because like there's a company called Artist Opus. They do make really good brushes and dry brushes. You don't need them. The real pro tip for dry brushing, if you want to get something really cheap, makeup brushes, like because you can use old brushes, but also you can get dedicated brushes like this, but they basically have the same consistency of like a cheapo set of makeup brushes. A lot of makeup products are legitimately very good for painting. I have been, mine are all fucked up. I'm sorry. I removed the tips from these. I've been using a lot of these like sponge. I don't know what you call these sponges. I use a lot of these sponges. I use the little sponges on sticks for oil, for enamel washes, blender brushes. Thank you. I use just wedge sponges for just cleanup. I unironically treat like the makeup aisle like the craft aisle sometimes when I'm rolling in. Yeah, nail art stuff is pretty good. You could like I've only really used it for one time, but you can use like nail art to like those like water slides to put onto your minis. They're really fun with Trench Crusade because a lot of nail art straight up is like, oh yeah, here's Catholic baby Jesus and Mary. And it turns out instead of putting that on your nails, if you put that on a sick shield, your models look rad as fuck. An evergreen tree, but the tree farms was out of them. They said it's a you problem. Ay, go to bed, nerd. Pun. Indeed, you did. Indeedly. Hey, have a good night, Don. Take it easy. Despite everything you just said, have a good night. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of good brushes and little tricks and tips and stuff like that. That's why I like mani painting. It's fun. Home Depot has a. Oh yeah, no. The thing is like I don't worry about looking like a nerd every now. So like, I go through a lot of isopropyl alcohol for 3D prints for clay cleanup. Now on one hand, oops, side bulb there. Okay, there's a little side bulb. On one hand, sometimes you can just go to Home Depot and like get like a big jug of that shit. But on the other hand, if I'm just like at a Target, you can get like little individual containers and just like, you know, that's in their like the medical aisle for like, because that's usually used for like sterilization and stuff. And I will say nothing makes me feel more like I'm being put on a list than walking out and just like checking out like 4 bottles of like high grade isopropyl alcohol. Like I've not gotten a call from my local like police department, so I think everything's good. And if they ever ask me, I'll be like, well, officer, do you know about Warhammer? And then I got them. And then we're going to start playing games. But like, it is really silly. I mean, it works though. Blue wash. I mean, there's some people that do like, I saw there's like a guy called like Noehammer, like Noe.hammer. Did a really, really cool series of minis where they did, yeah, so it's how you get them. Yeah, you gotta use your tactical stickers. Oh, that's true. I'm not buying fire when I do any of that, so that's probably what's clearing me up. Speaking of which, hey, here's a fun pro tip. Which other people have done this. I really did not invent any of these techniques, to be fair. If you have plastic glue and it clogs, use metal tweezers to pull the little metal tube out. And then you use fire to burn out the gunked up plastic glue. It's really good for that. The problem is, in my experience, is that like plastic glue tends to clog a lot if you get in like tube form. So it feels weird. Like, oh, I gotta set my glue on fire again. Okay, and just like take it to the kitchen and just like set that shit on fire. I do it in the kitchen because, you know, I'm next to a source of water, so that makes that easy for me. There we go. Look at these bulbs. Excellent bulbs. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Don't worry. I do that with my respirator mask on because I like living. I think living's cool. Sometimes it does, yeah. Well, at least when I've done it with the burning out the stick. That's why like it's kind of weird for small things. I like Tamiya like extra thin, but also for like when I've been doing like the Armageddon box, I like using like, you know, the metal nozzle version of plastic glue. I just find that just gives me a lot more glue in a way that I need it. That makes like fitting together models without leaving seams easier. Invisible ethanol fire. Yippee! Let's go. Yeah, the way I leave this world is very similar to Jack Parsons, where it's just like I'm just in my garage with chemicals, and then someday I just fucking detonate. He was a really cool like occultist rocket scientist guy. Jack Parsons was a cool dude. But yeah, no, I think he was like doing like a rush job or something like that. There was like some dumb reason that he just went out when he did. It's like one of those like, I bet the CIA got him. Like, no, I think he just goofed. Oh, it's just a preview. Okay. Eventually, this is just gonna be me. Yeah, that'll be me. It's a lot more thinking about this. No, I'm just dripping paint, so it's fine. There you go. Also, thank you for the headband. Thank you. What's up? Hold on. I was thinking about this in the newspaper. Huh. Okay, I'm not gonna look that up because that will put me on the list. That will put me on the list for sure. Whatever that is. If it's got like a brick and a regional name, I'm like, oh, that's not good. That's not good for my health. There's like still so much going on there. These are not getting done tonight, but they will get as done as I really can. Yeah, sometimes I've been lucky where you can just flip it over and then that'll just kind of do it. But yeah, who reads? I'm same. I don't think I've ever really read newspapers. They were just at that thing where it's like kind of like outside my demographic and like, you know, I mean, I still like read a lot of physical books and stuff like that. Good, like actual Goodwills suck. I don't think I've been to a good Goodwill in a long time. Because, like, unfortunately, you used to be able to, like, it's in the same thing with, like, the used video game market. You used to just stumble upon treasures in there. But now everybody at Goodwill knows what their treasures are worth. And just immediately puts that stuff on Goodwill auctions. However, if you do want to go chance at Goodwill auctions, sometimes you can get lucky. And then sometimes somebody will be... legitimately on Goodwill auctions, Warhammer stuff does end up on there. Sometimes it'll be like, oh, these are a bunch of instruction manuals, but like, you know, sometimes somebody will just bring in the like, oh, this is somebody's like metal lizardman army from back in the day. They just end up at a Goodwill, probably because they like, I wonder about that once again, that one of those like grim mortality things of like, how many minis and books do I own that formerly belong to dead people? Because I collect a lot of used stuff because I like used stuff, so probably like non-trivial amount if I had to guess. Oh, that's less crazy than I thought. I'm gonna be honest, when you said that, I thought the implication was you basically made like a Molotov brick, where it was just like you wrap a brick in newspaper and soak it in like alcohol or gasoline, and then you like light it on fire and throw it through someone's window. I thought the implication was something like that. Okay, that's like way more like not great, but like not nearly as bonkers. Yeah. Like, if you found out that, like, Molotov Brick was a hardcore band name, I'd believe it. I still need to, like, a lot of people who do minis that I like to follow used to be in the hardcore scenes. I still, like, I know mentally that it's a bit different from punk. I don't think I've ever actually listened to, hardcore music. I probably wouldn't like it, to be fair. But like I feel like it'd be neat to do, just to like, you know, be like, all right, what are you nerds into? What led you to the same hobbies I did? Because, you know, if you check out a lot of people, it's like, you know, my taste between like the minis, but also like it's like I'll be painting like Tumor the Scab Lord. Every crevice is filled with woe. And I'll be listening to like the most like my kin kind of music. Oh, hold on, like I can't. It loses the effect if you can't fucking see it. My kin. There we go. Okay, we got that. We got that as a system. I do like. I'm listening to shit like this while I'm painting that, which I really enjoy. I don't have like a lot of dead. I don't have a lot of punk bands off the noggin, but I do like Dead Milkmen. Dead Milkmen. Fuck. Dead Milkman, fuck, missed it, do it again. No. That's what VODs are for, nerd. Haha. But like, I do like Dead Milkman. Dead Milkman was good. Legitimately, one of my favorite songs of all time is The Secret of Life by Dead Milkman. And it's about aliens picking you up and taking you away from Earth so you can leave all your problems behind while you go explore space. It's funny because I found out years later that was a song kind of like making fun of a cult. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense in hindsight, but I still find that song really peaceful and kind of like sweet at the same token. They did a good job. You know, you paint dwarves. Yeah, it'd be like that sometime. I've been very lucky that all the armies I've played, I kind of fell into, like, oh, this is good. But I guess that's also why I don't play Skaven outside of skirmish games, because, like, turns out I don't like horde armies very much. You know what's a fun thing? The lore and aesthetics and the really everything to do with a lot of horde armies. Like, I kept, like, for a while, I was like, you know, it's kind of cool. Flesh Eater. God damn it. It's all hordes. Mind you, now you can kind of run it a bit more monster mashy. But it's still also like, well, time to paint 3 dragons, I guess. Fuck me. Old bugs and just gave up. But yeah, I thought Tau were mostly straightforward, that you just point and shoot, but I could be wrong. I've not played Tau. Every now and then I like the idea of doing like a Tau auxiliary force. There's actually like I think there's actually a Kickstarter for some right now on Tribes. There's a dude making like a really good Tau auxilia set. There's like just like human Tau dudes. I always really like that. I really like I mean, mind you, I don't hate the blue Tau people, but I really like all the auxiliary species. I really love the idea of like Tau are a collective of aliens who are tired of getting fucked on by the Imperium, but that's not really true. I mean, they are true. That is not entirely like a lie, but like it's really I mean, that's kind of like, I guess, the inherent fun hypocrisy where it's like the Tau Va has roles for everyone, but then you find out that unless you're Tau, like those roles are really limited. It's like I've done very well, and I've proved myself to the Tau Va. I am a Kroot. Can I be a Firecast? No, you fucking idiot. Go back out there and die for the Tau Va. Like, okay, I guess. And like even run into like even in the Tau, like the by the way, Elemental Council is one of the best 40k books I've read. If you have any interest in the Tau, or even if you don't, I think it's genuinely a good book. It's genuinely an amazing book. It's long as shit. The audiobook is like 17 hours, but it, like, you know how some things are long and you're like, oh God, please end. Please end. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of all this. No, it's like genuinely the book is like very long, but the intrigue, like, it could, like, could you trim some of it and it would still be pretty good? Yeah, but like I was not bothered by the length. Yeah, let me get the last of these bulbs and I'll show you not the Kickstarter. It's basically a Kickstarter. My Mini Factory does a thing where you can pretty much run a Kickstarter entirely through their website. And like people do mini STL Kickstarters on Kickstarter all the time. But it's nice though, because it's like, you know, it's like nice and compact. It puts it in front of people who would be interested in that sort of thing. It's a very nice system. It's a very nice system. If I need to like touch up the bulbs a little bit later, but that's yeah. Let me grab that real quick. This also gives them a wee bit of time to dry. Not quite. So I need to see how much that actually is. I don't know. I don't want to be spending like $40 for some bullshit. Frontiers. You just take a drink. Oh, what's also really sick? The there we go. It's this one. Let's see if good. Yeah, there we go. Like these look pretty legit. Also, how you doing, Richard Tyler? Thank you for the YouTube sub. Thank you. Yeah, there you go. You clipped the MLQ and excellent. So yeah, this is from this Frontier on my Mini Factory. Need to like actually shrink those down because they're crazy huge. Well, like these look pretty legit. Like, yeah, you get a good set. I have to imagine it's one of the higher doing ones. So they probably hit some milestones. What milestones they got? They got some scout dudes. They got some pilot dudes. There's a duelist dude who might be coming soon, and there's also apparently terrain add-ons you can get. That's pretty cool. Hell yeah. The one I'm excited for though, which I have given money. If you're familiar with Greytide Studios, they do a lot of really good bits for Primaris Scale Marines. If you're doing Primaris Scale Marines, I'll go ahead and link this as well. They are doing a full range. Like they've done a little bit of Legion of the Damned as like a little mini set, but they're doing like a whole full-on release. And ooh, my body is ready because I can use ominous, spooky skull bullshit for like a lot of my armies. Like a lot of these would be really good for the charnel hounds, but this would also be really, really good for chaos because it turns out a bone axe has a lot of uses. Yeah, this is like a chaplain made probably entirely these bits. Yeah, no, I ages ago, I didn't do I missed the Space Wolves one when it was new. These eventually become like $80 as well. So like, if you think you would be interested in, you know, assuming it's like financially good for you to do, worth for sure. I use that all the time. Like they got good arms for it. Like they got all the weapon varieties. It's got a good variety. Like it's really useful. I'm going to be using a lot of them for the Rust Vultures because it turns out like here's an example. Like that set had these really bitchin' capes. If you've seen me use those capes, that's from Grey Tie Studios. And like, here's a melt-a-gun that came from their set. That's just like a perfectly good generic melt-a-gun. It's eventually gonna let me take some Primaris bodies and like make them extra snazzy. What do you need? What do I do? I need to figure out what the fuck this color should be. Like. Genuinely can't tell. It's kind of like it's like wrapping to bone stuff. I guess maybe I could do like a flesh color. I could make that like a weird human skin thing. But maybe I also just do the leather color. I'm doing some stuff just to kind of like reduce the palette variety and also just make it easier to. Yeah, let me do that. Major city. Ooh, yeah, let's go. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, if you like, yeah, it's Time of Dwarf. You could even, I mean, you could also do Old World Dwarves. Chaos Dwarves got their Blood Bowl team recently-ish. I say recently-ish. I bet if I looked for the news for that, it's probably like Chorf Blood Bowl team released like 3 million years ago. I'm gonna instantly explode, but like, you know, if I'm not instantly exploding, what's it called? It's cool. It's neat. How you doing, Scummo? How you doing? Yeah, I'm working on my Skaven lads. They are not being done at all tonight, but they're getting like pretty close. They're getting like relatively close. I'm okay with that. The tricky thing is I'm like, do I like this guy doesn't naturally have like a tumor buildup? But do I want to give that a go? First of all, let me just get this a bit like a shade, and then I can maybe go from there. That's the one thing that I'm not super like. The Rescale minis does their minis in a way that are like, they're very good sculpts, but sometimes they're just like this is kind of like an inherent sin for a lot of 3D printing. You can make things that look really good as like 3D rendered models, but sometimes when the painting experience gets kind of weird, where it's like, oh yeah, the details are so faint. It's like, oh, at the scale you play and paint at, it's like nigh impossible to actually see shit. That's gonna be, I think this bitch is gonna be tumor flesh. On Fantasy 1 Sci-Fi. Oh, you might as well, yeah. Because like you can also like the fact that you could just like bounce bits between armies is also kind of sick. Yeah, which is like I like Bestiarm stuff, and like they like Bestiarm has like a lot of detail, but like they're done in a way that I'm like, oh yeah, it's very apparent where the details. Like I that's why I think like they're probably my favorite like sculptor. It's like, yeah, everything they do fits. It's. When I paint a Bestiarm model, I'm usually not like, God damn it. Like there's one called like Archvillain Games, and they also do like really pretty looking models, but they are like insane. Like they are not print friendly looking at all. Absolute fucking buck wild crazy detail bullshit. Yeah, I really, yeah, I do like the Bestiarm stuff. They're doing a whole like guard set recently. like straight up just like modular guards bestiarm style. I'm like, I actually don't know if they said they're gonna be modular, but like they're doing stuff in a way that I'm like, oh fuck, let's go. War Machine Rulix might. I think they use gunpowder more though. I know Pathfinder has an iconic crossbow ranger, but that's like one dude. Yeah, there might be some like people who do 3D prints of those. That's not immediately coming to mind. I'm seeing some online, but I don't know the people who sculpt those, so I can't really give like an opinion. I do need to do a proper Forbidden Psalm warband. That'll be one too. Maybe after I make a, I need to make at least a dent in my in the Primaris dudes I got. Once I do that, I kind of like the idea because like Forbidden Psalm has a lot of dice rolling for making your guy. I think that'd be fun to stream. Just like, what's it called? Yeah, just like take 5 guys, I roll them on stream, maybe roll like 3 different bits each time, and just be like, all right, which does he have a fucked up foot? Does he got like, tiny baby arms? Maybe see if I can find some extra tables just to get some extra stuff. Yeah, I was gonna say maybe from War Machine, but I think they are unfortunately more gunpowder. Yeah, crossbow dwarves is kind of tricky, especially if you want that like WoW style too. But I think War Machine dwarves will at least get like the general style, and from there you can maybe, worst case, you can also probably just like give them crossbows. Then again, these models will be metals, so that might also just be a pain in the dick. So your mileage may vary. Oops, got some bullshit I gotta deal with. Definitely need to like sit down and like take a look at these chumps. Something like that. There we go. Battlefield Gothic stuff. Hey, let's go. Yeah, one of these days I think Battlefield Gothic would be, I think it'd just be fun just to have like, oh, I want to make the ships for, actually, I could do the Rust Vulture ships. They are very fleet based, like kind of fucked up. Like fucked up, I mean like very like scrappy and like kind of like held together with duct tape sort of space legion. So I could make some fun ships, just like take some Imperial ships and just do like really shitty looking repairs. Yes, Machida Chima is, I don't know the original song. I think it's Frisia. Machida Chima is legitimately, I believe, the best VTuber singer, like in terms of just like pure quality. There's a clip compilation where she just fucking just like opera, just like off the bat for no reason. She's legitimately insane. I think she's still active too. She's like one of those like Niji Sanji like real OGs that's been around for a while. But yeah, no, she is one of my favorite singers. Like her, it's like I like Hime Hina a lot too, but like they do more like pop numbers and they're fun, but they're not like quite that fucking crazy. I mean, no, a lot of like the English branch of Niji Sanji's in a weird spot. They're not nearly as big as they used to be. As far as I can tell, the Japanese side's still trucking. Hell, they got Suzuhara Lulu back like maybe like a couple months to a year ago. I forget exactly when Lulu came back, which is insane that she even came back. She's like the first big VTuber I know who's like, I'm unretiring, okay. Which, to be fair for her, I believe there was like a weird stalker situation involved. Yeah. Unfortunately, hey, you know how I kind of make that thing where it's like every tabletop company is ran poorly? I would like to extend that to every VTuber company, but outside of Cover and Any Color, most small corpos just don't have the brand name or the war funds to tough it out. It's a very similar type of like Oh, they do a cool, unique thing. Uh-oh, incompetence, they're dead. Like, it's a cycle I'm very familiar with in my various hobbies, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I wish it wasn't so. But in my experience, it's a reoccurring issue with like very similar beats. Socks seems to be doing pretty well. I wish them the best, and like the people in Socks that I've like, maybe know is a strong word, but I've interacted with, but like they've been pretty cool. Yeah, mostly talked to Sklimble out of all of them. He seems like a nice dude. I think I've talked to Fork a decent amount of times too. Yeah. You say that, but he did build the soap horse recently, which is apparently started to liquidate. Because I think he just wanted to make like a gigantic horse sculpture made out of soap that you could just like keep in your bathroom. Which is a noble goal, I think. I think that's a valiant goal. I mean that did happen quite a bit. Because like, you know, a lot of times a lot of the people who make VTuber groups are like crypto people. Where it's like not that they're like trying to shill like a coin, as in like they got crypto rich and they like VTubers. That happened a couple of times. The thing is, like, once again, just because you can like bet well on like crypto, which is basically the way they're doing is more like bet well on stupid stocks, doesn't really transfer over into like proper management of a company of you know, an entertainment company of talents. Yeah. Oh, I totally believe it. I have to imagine FaZe.Con is a loss leader. I think it's one of those things that companies really don't, in my experience, never count morale. They don't. Like, Hololive loses talents all the fucking time because they burn them out and they just don't give a shit about morale. But every person I know who was like a FaZe member, who was like at FaZe.Con or like was a big part of it, they're like, oh no, this reinvigorated my love for VTubing. I feel energized, which is what you're supposed to fucking do, you know? All the stars were mismanaged. We've had like a lot of English leaving in a while. And I think, because like, you know, and like, mind you, like attrition is always going to be a thing. Like, you know, like Kanatan was going to leave because she had an ear issue and there's nothing you could really do. You could be the best managers of all time, but you can't really do anything about that. But like, you know, there's other ones that could have been prevented. I also know that Hololive has a really weird quirk where they really want you to move to Japan. And the problem is when you move to Japan, you enter a Japanese time zone. And when you enter a Japanese time zone as an English VTuber, you lose the English audience and you overlap with the Japanese audience. So unless you keep insane sleep hours, you can't cater to the person you were hired to cater. And the weird thing about that is like, you also can't keep weird hours because you have to do like company meetings and like business calls and like merch deals and like maybe you're doing like a music video, so you got to be in Japan time. I mean, a lot of this stuff is just like music, like entertainment industry stuff with like Japanese corporate autism, which is not a great combo, but like it has been successful before in the past. It's just tricky because it's not great. There we go. And hold on, yeah, it's hard. It's legitimately hard to, because like the Japanese side of cover, Japanese hololivers are the big hololivers. Not that the English ones aren't big, but like, okay, let's say you're like a holo just. I don't know. I forget what the last gen was. Let's say you're that holo gen that that's mostly the European VTubers. How the fuck are you going to compete with Fubuki? And like, this is no shade on them. This is no shade on Fubuki. Fubuki has been doing this shit since like 2019. Her audience is locked. You showing up in a similar time slot is going to be dangerous. And it also means that, like, you know, the general idea what you kind of want to do with a big bunch of VTubers is you want to have like, oh, I want to watch a Hololive person in English. Oh, cool. Somebody's on. They might not be your favorite and you might skip them. That's fine. That's whatever. But ideally the scenario is like, oh, cool. It's a time. Like you want somebody with real late night crazy nutter hours, which is like, you know, having a couple of English talents in Japan isn't bad for that. Because, you know, sometimes you do catch that like insomniac time slot. You want people who are like in like English, like lunch hours is a big one. Lunch hours is something that I'm jelly as a wage slave myself. I can't tap into lunch hours. I would love to like stream for an hour or two during lunch. I would like to like, you know, go about my day, maybe build a model kit during lunch and be like, well, I'll see you guys later tonight, maybe. Like that'd be fun. I can't do that. I work a job. That's just impossible. But like if VTubing is your job, you can do that. And there's a lot of people that want to watch VTubers when they eat. Yeah, I'm hoping that the Hollow Stars can like reincarnate properly and have like their audiences carry forward with them. Yeah, because that's true. Because you have to like, you know, they want you to do like meeting stuff in Japanese, so you really want to be Japanese to be Hollow. It's a bunch of stuff going on, yeah. And then you got the VTubers who are like, because there's also like, you know, prior, because like, and this is something that like I don't know. I don't know a good answer around this, to be fair. You could get away with not being an idol during like COVID early EN era, where it's like, oh yeah, I'm just like a gamer, you know? And like the VTubing market is definitely like, you know, like settled down quite a bit. So I think Hololive, in order to make money, is like, oh, you have to like be an idol now. Like you've been an idol, but like you're an idol on paper. Now it's time to really like get some singing lessons and dancing lessons and whatnot. Which is like a lot of them weren't signed up for it. How idol are probably never. I'm going to be real. I would like to be better at singing, but that requires like a level of practice and, you know, effort that I've just not committed to it. It's a whole thing. It's a whole ass job to do that. And like, I think that is why you did see a couple of people like Gura and like Mume and Fauna. Like maybe not the only reason. I think a lot of them also have like the usual like VTuber sad girl diseases, which, you know, tragic, but it is what it is. Where it's like the idea, it's like, okay, they weren't down for like, you know, doing dance practice every day, singing house streams. I haven't done a karaoke in a hot minute, and that might be fun to do. I used to do them a lot more. I don't know why I stopped. There's just like a lot of things. This is gonna sound really weird, and I enjoyed the karaoke streams, but there was kind of early on the idea of like certain VTuber expectations. I was like, ah, yes, you do a karaoke stream. Karaoke streams is what you do, VTuber man. And like, I did them out of like, you know, they were fun, but there was almost like a weird obligation to them, which I've just kind of like stopped following as I've gotten older. And it's like, is that better? Is it worse? I don't know. Constantly evolving as a person, but I could argue that there's some things that I might have backslid on over the years. It's just like, you know, it is what it is. Don't hire for it out. Yeah, I mean, you would think that, but also it's like Japanese corporate autism is a very specific beast. Some people thrive in it, but like a lot of them don't. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of VTuber. Like, I don't think I will ever do that. Like, you know, like VTuber, show us your face. It's like, and then they do like, oh my god, you're so cute, and they do like a big relay thing. I'm like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I do not wish ill on the people that do that, but I will not do that. That's just not my thing. But yeah, that's like, you know, that's something that like some expectations are there to kind of do stuff like that sometimes, depending on your niche. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure like a lot of them, like I said, it's also tricky because you have to be opaque because it is like a company thing. So you can't be like, wow, I didn't like the, and I do think that the Hololive people tell you, like in coded terms, that like, oh, like this is like you know, like we had like a management dispute or something like that. They can't be open about it, and that's fine. But I also do think that there are some that are like, fuck yeah, let's go. I love singing, I love dancing, I love being an idol. I love being this busy. I love moving to Japan. Like there is, I mean, you know, it's some people do like it, but you can definitely tell that the ones who don't like it have gotten the fuck out. I'm kind of doing the idea that for all my my Mordheim Skaven is that they have managed to manufacture a type of very deadly tomb, like I'm going with the idea that they've used warpstone to weaponize cancer, but they have to like maintain it on their body, while it's effectively like cultivating and growing and like they're kind of perfecting it. But also there's some kind of like weird like horned rat insight where it's like kind of like, you know, that kind of like Bloodborne thing where it's like, oh, as you gain true insight, eventually your brain gets all crazy town. I'll sick. Hey, there we go. Yeah. I did basically give all of my warband basically the same name. Oh yeah, they definitely explode. They definitely rupture and get the gel, the goo everywhere. But yeah, it's interesting. Like it's like at the end of the day, I like VTubers, I like VTubing, and I even think like discussing stuff like that's very fun to me personally. It's like, oh yeah, there's insight to be had there. There's like, it's something like that kind of thing is bad, but it's also like, it's good to know about like some stuff like that. And like also too, once again, a lot of stuff is just like has to be inferred because they're never going to give you a straight answer. Also, Agent's book, how you doing? How you doing? I'm painting rats, and we're talking about HoloLive. Just like, as it be. Oh, speaking of HoloLive, this is actually nothing to do with anything. It's just like I got all out for the night. Yeah, I'll show you all the rats because they're not done, but they got good progress today. I got my 2 plague acolytes. These are my generic chumpo rats. I mean, they are heroes. They are heroes. How you doing here? How you doing? I know you've been here for a while, but how you doing anyway? Yeah, a lot of VTuber drama is stupid. A lot of VTuber drama is like genuinely like IQ curdling. I'm not gonna lie. And these are my 2 plague monks. There we go. Yeah, legitimately, these are the guys who are making money. These are the guys who make me the fucking money. With that, speaking about making money. Awesome. That's also not a correct segue, but let's do that. Yeah, exactly. Also, you just turning or will turn 30, so come on. Dial it back, nerd. It's fun. Hey, by the way, check out Yuri. She's doing birthday bullshit soon. Yeah, she's finally no longer going to be a haglet and will be a full hag, which is what we're all very happy for. That sounded more sarcastic than I meant for it to be. It's genuinely pretty sincere. But yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. Schedule-wise, on Thursday, the plan is I'm going to be making terrain for probably like Mordheim, but also maybe, just generally fucking around with terrain. But that's the gist. And then on Sunday, I'm probably going to be painting the Rust Vultures. I don't know when that's going to be. I'm hoping that those will be ready in time. So yeah, that should be a thing. And with that, I'm gonna cut you nerds loose on the YouTube side. So bye, YouTube people. Bye. No, actually, I don't know. It's a lot of hot glue and like a foam core. It probably won't be too bad. But yeah, bye, YouTube people. And who do I want to read?